All right, good people of Cherokee County, what's going on? Big Matt and Diamond Dean is in the house again. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and watching with us. It's been a beautiful day today that the Lord has given us, and we are very excited to have a special guest come on with us today. We're going to get to know Bayley a little bit. There he is. He's live on camera. Say hey, Mom and Dad,
Hey,
sister.
how y'all doing?
We're excited to have him on today, and we're just going to we do things a little bit different here, Bayley. We just kind of shoot the breeze, and we're going to talk about. We want you to tell your story, of course.
Yeah.
And about college play and that type of stuff, but also what does it take? What do you have to do? Like when you get out of college, you're fixing to graduate, and you're like, I really like playing football. I think I want to do this some more. What does it take? For the young guys out there. What do they need to do to try to accomplish that goal and try to get on and get in the combine and get involved to play pro sports? So it's good for kids to hear how that's done. And it's not impossible because this guy right here, small town USA, guys, and he done it. And it does take a lot of work and a lot of dedication. But other than that, we're just going we may mention the Braves scores here. Got some of that. I got some local stuff, softball and baseball, kind of what's going on. That's kind of winding down. And I got a few spring games that I had been watching. I thought was kind of interesting. We'll shoot the fat about that. And I'm sure we'll kick around college basketball a minute because we all had put in on we'd all put in on a list together there, and nobody really done.
Do a bracket?
I did.
Yeah, he was on the bracket on our
I
show
didn't
bracket.
go too well. Kentucky.
Trust me, nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody did really good, man. So we'll kick that around, and like I said, local stuff. And for number one, guys, if you like what we do, right there it is on top of the screen. Dean, tell them what they got to do.
Huh?
What they got?
Oh, hit the subscribe button.
It's just pretty easy. You see the subscribe button down there, hit the bell, and every week when we come on live, we're always on Sunday nights at 6. We took off last week in remembrance of Easter for the good Lord rising, giving a bum like me a chance at glory.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll get right into it. We'll say, let's see, the Braves had won over the Dodgers 7-4, 3-1, and 5-1. They have a 3-game run coming up with the Marlins. I think they played yesterday. I think they're playing again today too. So we give some scores on some of that. I seen somewhere on the news that Chipper's birthday was maybe today or something. Did you see something about that maybe?
I did not, but Chipper is definitely one of my favorites. For sure.
Oh yeah.
So.
He's an all-time GOAT over there for the Braves.
Yes, sir.
College football news. I'll share some of this. This is just some interesting stuff for us to talk about, and if it's some stuff that you like or stuff that you paid attention to. Or now we know he can't do everything. He's trying to work, and he's trying to also get a job in the pros to play ball, so he don't have a lot of time to cover all this stuff. LSU spring game. Nussmeier at QB looked pretty good. The freshman, he did allow him to stick around to play. He looked pretty good, I guess, in the spring game. They didn't look too terrible. Kelly kept Brandon from transferring, so that was pretty big.
Yeah.
But the Jaden Daniels kid that come on board, Arizona State, they didn't look too bad. The USC game, kind of looking at it right now, seeing how Coach is going to do out there. You got Caleb Williams. He went out there with Coach Riley. It was a pretty good game. I watched this, so it turned up pretty good. Now, I was watching Notre Dame Summit when Bayley came in. The Notre Dame coach Freeman, he'll make his debut. He's 36 years old, and of course the QB Cohen, he's gone. He left, and the Williams kid. Did you watch him last year? Did you see Notre Dame?
Oh yeah.
You like him?
Yeah, he's gonna be a stud.
Wow.
I think so.
The running back?
Boy, he's good.
Oh, yeah. Against Alabama 2 years ago?
He'll be a draft pick. He's going to be in there somewhere and make the draft.
I think so.
No, he'll be in the draft.
He's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So replacing them, it's going to be pretty substantial, but as in watching some of the spring game, I thought they looked pretty good.
Yeah.
To have a new debut quarterback, it was not bad. Now, Texas, the EWERS. I have to spell stuff, man. I'm kind of illiterate, I guess. Ewers.
Yeah.
He's a QB out of Texas. So Sark is getting offense put in out there, what he wants to do. He can drop dimes.
Yeah, no doubt. And coming from Saban, you obviously learn a lot from him. So,
oh yeah,
whether it's offense or defense,
absolutely.
I can't get over all the quarterbacks. What do you think about that? We can ask you about that.
Yeah.
What do you think about all these quarterback transfers?
Yeah, what about transfers? Is it needed, or what do we do about it?
That's a tough question because, everybody has their different opinions on it. Me, personally, there was a chance where I could have transferred out, but I was in a great situation. I think you just got to do what's best for you, personally. But also, I don't think it should be one of those where you just don't want to compete. Because that brings out the best in you. So if it's one of those where you're just scared to compete, I don't think it's great. But also you have to. There's a fine line between there. You doing what's best for you and your family too.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's always there are situations where things come up, but just because like the Hall kid that left Bama last week.
Yeah.
They had the FB comments on his Twitter, which the AFS comments, which means F Saban.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what are you doing? Like, why would
you said that?
Yeah. Why? Oh. So he's at Texas, and he's a stud player, but I mean, he's not a team player. So
that's weird because when Saban first came to Alabama, he had some problems with DJ Hall. I'm serious. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The two Halls. It's weird.
I don't know about. And me personally, now I'm not a coach of no kind. I can coach the dinner table with some chicken fingers that we had before we come on. I don't know if I want a guy. You see what I'm saying? What I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Do you want a guy that come from that kind of attitude? Do you want him at your program? I don't
know.
I don't
that kind of attitude. I wouldn't. There's a lot that goes on, but to say that about a very well-respected coach like Nick Saban,
gosh, man,
that kind of throws some question marks out there because that's the best in the business and.
Yeah,
I think Saban's really looking out for a lot of his players. He wants them to go and do good in the NFL, not just to make him look good, but because I think he really cares about his players.
Yeah,
so,
it seems that way.
Where did he go? Where did Hall go?
Texas.
He did go.
Yeah, he's out there playing with Sark. Here's an interesting one now. This is a nice little college tidbit. Are you a Kiffin fan? You like him?
I kind of am. My older sister Tara, she's a big Kiffin fan. She wants to go out.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. He just brings the energy he brings. I think people that's kind of contagious. People love that kind of.
Right.
It makes college football fun, and like I said, she's a big Kiffin fan. She's an Alabama fan, but
sure.
she wants to go watch, Ole Miss play because of Lane Kiffin, and I think he's a good coach. X and O Y, but player personnel wise, he really relates to his players, which is a huge deal. Like we were talking about earlier, X's and O's isn't always.
True.
Make you a great coach. It's about player relationships as well.
How you put it on the field.
No doubt.
Because if you can't put that talent on the field and a good coach like your dad or Coach Smith or Scooter or all the guys that we know over there, you got to be able to put it. It's like I'm going to refer to cars, and I may do this a lot, so just hang with me. I'm a car guy. Yeah. It's like having, 1,500 horsepower motor, like if you watch Street Outlaws or something. Those guys have, 2,000 horsepower under the hood, but if you can't put 2,000 horsepower on the road, okay? So you have to adjust it to put it on the road. What it's going to take, what's going to get traction, and it's no different than football. Mm-hmm. What's going to take?
Yeah.
What are you going to put on the pavement?
And then, just like the adjustments are huge. If you're a coach that can't adjust, you're more than likely you're not going to be a very good coach.
And we talk about that. I mean, me and Dean's been over this. We talked up. The Fife and Piedmont game, it happened because of us. We talked about it I'm just kidding, by the way. But we talked about it because it's just two perennials from the 2A and 3. I mean, just completely dominant. And they come up and they play each other that night. We're there and it rained. It just ruined the game. But it didn't ruin it. But,
it ended up kind of running.
I was soaking soggy. But anyway, when you have those kind of perennials teams that are just so good and just, they just take care of business. They go out and get the job done. But what we noticed and what everybody notices, if you know a little bit about football, Coach Smith or Coach Paul, either way, the adjustments in game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, while it's happening,
no doubt.
Both of them, and that night, the adjustments, the guys, we're not
by both.
taken up by, because they're in our area. We love them. But I'm telling you, if you're not from here, guys, and again, if you're watching our channel, Matt and Todd Show, we got Bayley Blanchard on, played West Alabama, Piedmont High School. We're just talking about our area football here. Coach Smith and Bailey's dad, Coach James Blanchard over there, they adjust in game so well and so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is playing checkers and they're playing chess. But that's why all the kids have hands full of rings, because of those adjustments.
Yeah.
And seeing what they have and putting it on the field. Hey, this kid is not a lineman. We can't put him there. He's, you don't play lineman at tailback or whatever.
Well, this isn't about football, but I know the Kentucky people are upset with Calipari.
No, surely not. I don't believe that at all. They're always
right.
I'm upset with Calipari.
If they did not adjust.
Yeah.
He
noticed that? I noticed it more in basketball than in football. They say the same thing about Oates.
Yeah.
They say just what we do. This is what we do. We run and gun. We shoot threes. That's it. We're not changing.
Yeah, tell us about Calipari. What's your beef with him?
Oh well,
besides burning your bracket.
I joined y'all's bracket. I was a huge John Wall fan when I was little. I thought I was John Wall at point guard in middle school basketball. So if you can see that, I had the blue elite socks and did the John Wall dance and
yes.
So I kind of like Kentucky because of that. But yes, I do have a beef with Calipari right now. So if he sees this, I'm very upset.
Oh, he's watching. He's
very
watching.
upset that you ruined many brackets this year. So,
Hey,
which I mean, you can't blame.
stay.
Yeah, you can't blame him all for it. The players got to play. But if we're gonna blame somebody for my
They
bracket,
say that. We don't. We have no idea. He's got 7 assistant coaches over there. I find it hard to believe that they're not adjusting at all.
well, I know he cares a lot about all our brackets. So
Yeah.
I hope that he feels bad.
He's gonna he'll have to have a good year next year in the tournament. It won't matter what he does in the regular season.
Well, they always say hot seat stuff, but I don't.
Nah.
He's been there so long.
Mm-hmm.
Ole Miss. We was talking about Ole Miss. Coach Kiffin, dude, if you're talking about the portal, and that's what we've been talking about, that's why we brought up this transfer stuff. He has killed it on transfers. Kids coming in. Now, Corral, of course, he left. He's going to the NFL. And Drummond, wide receiver, he's going to be in the draft too. Snoop Connor also. Very fun to watch. We enjoyed him watching him play last year. He has definitely been the portal king. That's what they called him in in an article here that I was reading about.
Kiffin has been.
But now the tailback, I watched him the other day, Zach King. He came in from TCU. He's a Horned Frog. And, of course, everybody knows about Dart coming in as QB from USC. I thought he looked pretty good, man. I think Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is going to be good.
I think they're going to be a team to beat for sure this year. Kiffin, he's getting in there and getting what he wants and getting the personnel he wants. So, like I said, I think he's a good coach, and I think the players, like I said, I think the players want to play for him. Yeah, I think they do. I think they want to play for him. They'll play hard for him, and that's what I say. If you're a coach and you can get your guys to run through a brick wall for you, you're going to be a hard team to beat.
He doesn't seem like an in-your-face dogging you out.
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, some coaches do that, and they're great, and the kids love them.
Yeah.
But he just has not seen it.
No, and I've said this, and tell me what you think about this. I think, just me, if there's anybody that can fill the shoes, that can have the cojones to fill Nick Saban's shoes, I think it's Lane.
I agree.
Who else is going to be?
Because I feel like his personality is just like
he don't.
It's almost like he don't care. But
don't.
I think it's just the way he puts it off, just because he's having fun. I really think that when he goes to work, it's not work for him.
I know.
It's he's just having fun and getting paid to do it. So
being in the locker room at the spring game, we were just watching USC play there a little bit. Since he was a kid, and from all the greats that played at USC, Mapalamalu, and his dad invented the Tampa 2 defense.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been around football literally all his life.
Yep. That's
all his life. I mean, could you imagine being a kid and just being in the locker room with all these superstars and in the Raiders too? His dad, when they were out there, man, I mean, he's been around. I mean, it wasn't nothing for him to sit up beside Marcus Allen and and eat popcorn. I mean,
he just grew up in it.
And the stars of Hollywood that come to these games, out there. So you got to remember, Lane Kiffin is. If there's anybody a football guy, he's a football guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's been around it his entire life. I think he's the only one crazy enough to do it.
Yeah, I think so too.
He would probably welcome it, wouldn't he?
No doubt. I mean, coaches' kids kind of get a bad rap sometimes and stuff, but, they do get the benefit of getting to grow up around it and learning at a young age, what it takes to do that. And then it just it takes, them putting in the work. If they put in the work,
That's right.
They have the advantage because they've grown up around it.
They have contacts with other coaches, and you've
No
seen
doubt.
more. But, and I want to take up for some coaches' kids, and you being one, and I'm not just doing this because he's on here, because, my son was, when I all through his baseball and pee-wee football, that's not true all the time, but for me it was, and I know for you it was. It's harder.
No doubt.
You have to perform twice as well, and if you don't, then, if you make one little mistake, they're waiting for you to get pulled out of the game.
No doubt.
Some other parent is just grudging you to fail, so their kid can play ahead of you. So being a coach's kid, guys, for you that's watching, may not have kids that played, and you had some friends of the coach and his kid played. It's not always there are some coaches. I've coached with a few guys here and there that their kid probably shouldn't have been playing at this position, and we went up kind of moving around as the year went on. But for my son, I was hard.
Yeah.
And your dad, he was hard on you
No doubt.
to prepare you to be better. But man, to be a coach's kid,
No.
it's like being a preacher. I don't need to prepare Holy Lord Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying?
You get it, on the field, and then you get it at home as well. So
He never left the game, because on the way home driving, I'm
Driving
telling
home.
him, hey, look, man, right there, you was playing over there and you missed the ball. Well, our gloves got to be here when you're not seeing the ball. Why are you throwing your feet out? Why don't we open our hips? And most kids, when they go home, all right, little Johnny, we're going to go get some ice cream. Sorry.
That's what Coach Smith said. He told me a story not long ago. He said one of the first times he saw my dad was we were out at the Park and Rec Center, and he was hitting bullets at me.
Yeah.
For baseball, and he was like, "I don't think you should be hitting it that hard at a kid that young," but that's just how that's how I grew up, and I'm very fortunate for it that he was hard on me, because now it's gotten me to the point where I'm at now.
Did you hear about it after on the way home? Or?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, man.
Me.
It wasn't one of them deals where we're not going to talk about it.
No.
We're
going to
me and Peyton Young, great baseball player. He, golly, dude could hit it over the stadium.
Yeah.
If you ever been to the Piedmont Stadium, he was hitting it over the stadium all the time.
Yeah.
But when we were little, we've grown up our whole lives together. We would go out to the Babe Ruth field, and he would be hitting shots at us. And we were just like, man, you gotta. He was like, I'm making you better, and you don't realize it at a young age.
No, not right then. You don't like it.
Yeah, but then when you go out there and you're competing and you're hitting those home runs,
It
you're making
easy.
those plays, it's easy.
Yeah.
And then you grow up and you're like, man, that helped me. That
Well,
helped me.
because one thing, and me and your dad agrees on this, Coach James, I know you're watching.
He probably actually is.
Yeah.
Probably is.
Yeah.
And you can comment if you agree.
We were kidding.
He can comment on
John
YouTube.
Calipari watching.
On the YouTube thing.
We'll send it to him.
Where coaches supposed to be supposed to be hard in the game.
Mm.
And I'm sure he would agree with that. And that's how I always wanted to make practice would be so hard. It was hard. But when you come to the game, you just kind of lighten up and you're like, oh, this is easy. I can do this. Gosh.
Well, it's probably easier, and I'm serious, and I'm not taking nothing away from dads, but it's probably easier to do that when it's your own kid.
But it's harder. But
being rough on a kid that's not yours.
that's right. But it's harder for you, son, to live with you.
Yeah.
And before the game, during the game, and after the game.
Yeah, you get the whole time.
You
So,
constantly.
and they say to
you're
leave.
not going anywhere.
Yeah, they say to leave your work at work and don't bring it home. But it's just when it's instilled in you, coaching and playing, sometimes it gets brought back up.
Yes.
And but like I said, very fortunate that I got to play for him.
Those memories, man.
No doubt, memories that last forever.
They
Getting
never
to spend
go
that
away.
time with him. So
Yeah.
it was awesome.
So in other words, it's a tough road. So for all the people that's listening out there, chiming in, again, go hit the subscribe button. We appreciate all our listeners. And of course, we'll throw our followers and sponsors up there on the page. Smorgasburg Restaurant over there at Cedar Bluff. Guys, if you ain't eat over there yet, it's over at the Oak Cove. You got to get over there. 30-day aged steaks, shrimp, best pasta going around. I had the chicken fingers and stuff and dressing the other day.
Good.
And, of course, Warrior Jim over here, Todd, not this Todd, by the way, 646-647-6530. Holler at Todd over there. He's always got some sign-up specials. We appreciate them. for that. So, Dean, give us some NBA news. And guys, if you're a regular to the show, we don't break down NBA. We don't get in details. We'll share scores. Hey, this team won, this team, they're moving on. And,
Well, we'll say quickly about college basketball.
Yeah.
North Carolina has 3 guys returning. And our player of the year, Armando Decot, you know who I'm talking about? He had that big hair.
Big hair, yeah.
Played for.
He was our player of the year. Now, I don't know if that'll ever be in his bio that he was the
Yes.
Todd.
Yeah, I'm sure it will, man.
But,
We're pretty big, man.
But AP, he's coming back. Everybody for North Carolina's coming back, but they don't know about the shooting guard yet. But Kentucky's best player, Oscar Tshiebwe.
Boy, he's good.
Returning.
I like him.
He is, yeah.
But Auburn's star player, Walker Kessler,
Kessler.
and Jabari Smith are both.
They're both leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they ready?
I think so. I mean,
I think Smith
I watched a little bit of Jabari for sure,
Mhm.
and I think that he can excel.
The Tennessee's 2 best players are gone.
Kessler, man,
I don't
his
know.
footwork seems. I'm not a NBA basketball coach by no stretch of means, guys. Let me look right in the camera and make sure we're clear on that. But just as my bump head opinion here, I think he needs more time to set his feet because the league is rough.
Yeah, and I mean it's fast.
Yeah.
It is fast, and the 3-point shot is everything right now.
Oh,
Oh, I know. That's
So-
shooting. I saw where somebody Dallas hit 22 the other night.
Mm-hmm. And like we talked about earlier, I grew up, watching the Kobe Bryants and the Celtics and all that. So I'm still used to that kind of basketball, and I think that's a little bit more fun. But watching guys like Steph Curry go out there
Yeah,
and shoot
I
the
know.
ball like that, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm an old Larry. You can see my hat over there on the shelf. I'm an old. Dad was a Bird fan.
Larry
Robert
Bird, man.
Parrish and the guys, man. I mean, they were
Love Larry Bird,
they were
Legend.
goats.
Well, I'm looking for North Carolina to be preseason number.
You like
one.
them? I'd probably agree.
Yeah. Okay, now let's move. That's it in college. I don't know
NBA.
about Alabama. NBA.
Golden State's playing really good. I know that. That's about all I can.
They got beat today. And they're 2 stars, which we don't even have to name them, do we?
Who?
Thompson.
Oh.
Curry had
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
65. They got beat. Okay, Bucks and Bulls. That series is 3-1. Y'all know the Bucks, led by Giannis. I'm not pronouncing his last name.
Antetokounmpo. Try that.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Hi, Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
There you go.
pretty good.
Very good.
Warriors up 3-1 on the Nuggets. They lost today. Heat and the Hawks 2-1. Of course, the Hawks led by Trae Young. You like him?
I do. I like Trae Young. I like his style.
And
Yeah, I do too.
He's
Right.
all. I mean, I feel like he's always got a smile on his face most of the
yeah,
time.
he can score
So,
now.
He can score.
Also, they got a Bogdanovich.
That's good.
And of course, the Heat's led by Jimmy Butler. Minnesota. And this guy played 1 year at Georgia. They're 2-2 with the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, they had that Morant.
John Morant. He's a stud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this Anthony Edwards that played 1 year for Georgia, this guy's great, y'all. That plays for Minnesota. Him and Carl Anthony Towns, also a Kentucky graduate. They got a good team, Minnesota does. Of course, the Suns are up 2-1 on the Pelicans. They're led by Booker, Chris Paul, and the Pelicans are led by Brandon Ingram and C.J. McCollum. Do you know anything about these two? They can play.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram. That's.
Did he used to play for the Lakers?
I think so. Yes.
Okay. He's really good.
My buddy Grayson Ingram. We'd probably have to phone him in to tell you more about that. He's a huge. Like I think did he play at Duke? Maybe.
I don't know.
If it's a Duke, well, I know if there's a Duke guy, my buddy Grayson can tell you anything about him. So
I like just mentioning some of these players to y'all to see. Oh, Celtics are up 3-0. Just Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
They're ballers.
yeah,
fantastic.
Jason Tatum.
And of course, you know who leads the Nets, and they're giving them a hard time too.
Well,
Press
Durant's
Durant and Irving.
he's a once in a lifetime kind of player. Now he is, but I mean, what do you?
Yeah. I love Kevin Durant.
You can't
So, I mean,
cover him.
it's hard to cover him. I mean, you can say he's small or whatever, but he's still like 7 foot, shooting the lights out. So
yeah.
that's hard to stop. So
Yeah.
That little turnaround jumper. I mean, how do you get your hand up?
I
I mean,
pray it don't go in. I guess.
I mean, because his reach, to be, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Cavs and Mavs are 2-2. And guys for the Jazz, for the Mavs, y'all are Luka Doncic.
Yeah,
Doncic.
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 Yeah.
Jalen
Doncic.
Brunson.
Say that real fast.
Fire. He scored 40-something the other night. Jalen Brunson played at Villanova.
Yes.
And of course, for the Jazz, it's Donovan Mitchell and another Bogdanovich. I'm assuming they're brothers. I would think. And 76ers and the Raptors. Of course, 76ers are good. That East is going to be a fight between the Bucks, Celtics, and Warriors. Bucks, Celtics, and 76ers.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they're led by Joel Embiid. James Harden plays there, too. He's not scoring much. I think he's only scoring 19 a game. But Toronto's not bad.
Let me. Does Harden, to me? Now I want to ask you this.
Spread that around.
Does he look like like at the old barbecue? Like an old fat uncle that can ball. He could ball back in the day. And, he comes there. All right, guys, let me show you something. Oh, Uncle Lou over here. Let me get some ball. Let me show. Does he not look like?
I dropped 50 back in the day, boys.
Yeah. He looks like somebody's old fat uncle that can play.
These other guys. You got a guy named Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris. They're good. All right, Bucks and Bulls. Y'all gonna we'll do this right quick. Just take up a little time. Bucks, y'all picking the Bucks to win that.
Yes, absolutely.
Going with the Bucks for sure.
Nuggets gonna come back and beat the Warriors.
No, we like Golden State.
Golden State. Yeah.
What about the Heat and the Hawks? I'd love to see that.
Butler's playing. He's playing some type of way right now.
Yeah.
But if I'm just we don't cover it deeply.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I may catch it on I catch it on highlights when I flip through something. But so I'd go Heat, I guess.
All right, Minnesota and Grizzlies. I'm gonna pick Minnesota. Huh? What do y'all think? It's 2-2.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I gotta go. Yeah, Morant.
You're gonna go with the Grizzlies.
Yep. I like John Morant.
Yeah.
Suns and Pelicans. I think we all agree that the Suns.
Oh yeah, they're playing great right now, man.
Celtics over the Nets.
Yes, dude, I can't pick against myself, just man. Come on, bro.
Jazz and Mavs. I have no idea. I really don't know.
Flip a
I think I'm
coin.
gonna go with the Mavs on that one.
I'll go with Bayley on them.
Luka's a stud.
I'm gonna pull for him.
76ers. So that's gonna leave the Bucks, Warriors, Heat, Minnesota, or Memphis, Suns, Celtics, 76ers, and the Mavs. I don't know. I expect that Warriors and Suns are probably going to be in the conference championship.
Mm-hmm.
I'd assume
it's gonna be too good. It's going to be a good.
I think so.
Play.
Booker's playing real well.
Yeah,
so.
I think he's hurt though, isn't he?
Yeah, with Chris Paul, I've always loved Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Just a undersized guy going out there and balling. So
he can do it.
Bayley, you may not agree with this, but I think that Giannis is the best player in the league.
I agree with that.
But he don't get the coverage for it.
Well, because they just want to talk about LeBron losing all the time. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You've got some really good players in this, but I think he's the best on a day-to-day basis, rebounding and everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
He may not be the best scorer.
Well, nobody's MJ. And before we move on from basketball, I know you're a younger guy. We grew up watching ball in the 90s, like your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Jordan or LeBron? How's that?
Oh, I'm a Jordan guy all the way.
Okay.
Me and Bo Starkey got into a
we did too.
Very heated argument about this one time.
We
It
did
was
too.
all fun though. It was all love.
Right. Yeah.
But
me and him have too.
Yes,
Yeah,
but I enjoyed doing the argument.
I do
that,
too.
Though. My buddy Ty Sparks.
Yeah.
He's
it is fun to argue.
He's a big LeBron James guy, but I don't know, man. I enjoy watching Michael Jordan's highlights and stuff, and just hearing the stories about him. And just imagine. I just tell people, just imagine if he was in today's league. They would say, "Oh, he's too little." Like Michael Jordan would work hard enough, to be the best. And now today, with the social media the way it is, that's all you would hear about too. Is Michael Jordan?
He won one in college, and I read something where they went 88-13. It's 3 years.
Well, I don't know how.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And they also had the best starting lineup. It said in college basketball.
There's nothing. There's in no stat category anywhere where LeBron's better. And what some may say, and Bo, he said something we had into the line of, well, it's 3-point shooting. Well, actually, their percentage, LeBron's 33% and Michael's 31%, because if you took the average of how many threes were shot when Michael played, that's not really a relevant shot.
No.
But
Larry Bird didn't even shoot
No, they wasn't really relevant. So all I need to see is the smoothness of how Michael played and how he played defense and how he played with heart and determination and stats and numbers. I don't care how any of that stuff lines up, which Michael wins in he won 5 out of 6 of the categories. Winning, rings, okay. And we're going to say, well, we're just going to do rings and, Bill Russell, or he won 11. I know. Yeah. So just watch. When I tell people now, I said, I'm not arguing about it. Just turn on the TV.
Well, you're not going to convert us. And it's easier to convert somebody to another religion.
You would have, you'd have a better chance to get me to throw away an Alabama hat than you would a Jordan argument. Put on Jordan on one TV and put LeBron on the other, and just watch them play.
No, we do think
there's no hate on LeBron, exactly. Because he's a different breed as well. But I just think the dog mentality of Michael Jordan is just that puts him above.
Yeah, when Calipari was in the NBA, and I've told this story before, and we'll move on. One of his players told him, said, when Mike was warming up and stuff, coming down the sidelines here, don't look at him. He's like, well, what are you talking about? What do you mean look at him? He said, you don't look at Mike. He's like, well, okay, yeah. So like midway through the game or something, he calls a timeout, and Michael's going to score like 36. When he comes by a little huddle, and Mike's like, I'm scoring 50 tonight.
Yeah. Well, the little things he did.
And the player's like, you did. You looked at him. Yeah. You looked at MJ. I know you looked. He's like, I swear I didn't look at it. He said he's going to drop 50 tonight. You peed him off, man. What did you do, Cal?
It's like he almost got bored, so he had to make up his own game. It's like, The Last Dance was telling us, he would find something that he could use to.
I think that's why he was a gambling junkie. I don't think he was just addicted to gambling. I think he was just addicted to competition.
Now, have you seen the some little video that I think did Chappelle do the one?
Yes. Key and Peele did it.
Yes, Key and Peele. Have you ever seen that? They did the one with Jordan. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, you got to check it out, guys. Y'all look at it when we get off here. They're flipping quarters, and they get to betting. And the old guy that was like Mike's, he was the head of Mike's security forever.
Yeah,
like the old white guy. He winds up like getting his wife and winning his clothes. And it was making fun of how competitive Michael is.
He made him mad because he beat him in one of his games, and he did something like a shoulder shrug.
Michael's like, that's it.
Yeah.
In that interview, he's like, well, what got me was the little shimmy after he
If you don't know what we're talking about, they're some YouTube goofballs, and they do sports stuff. And
they got some good skits.
The one where they do their intro in the football one.
Yes.
So my name is Jean-Valise Bavalise, the U. Chocolate from Ohio State. It's just ridiculous.
Last thing, I may make some enemies here, but see, Magic Johnson's my number 2. LeBron's not even mine.
No, he's my. LeBron's about 7 on my list. And what's wrong with that? That's the thing. Like,
I'm a Kobe guy too.
If me and Bo debate, I'm like, I'm not cutting your guy down.
Yeah.
I mean, he is what he is.
Yeah.
And being like number 5 of the greatest of all time. I mean, I like I'm a Jordan and a Kobe and a Bird, and they're killers, man. I like that killer, and LeBron is not.
Yes.
I'll give him that.
Yeah.
We'll argue with this now. I'll argue this for anybody. LeBron's not a killer. Prove it. How many times does he pass the ball? Because you know why he passes the ball? Because he can't shoot free throws. He don't want the ball in the last seconds of the game for the game to be online because he can't hit free throws. Jordan hits them with his eyes closed. He literally closed his eyes. Stop it.
Yeah.
There ain't no debate.
Definitely a debate that would go on forever.
Now, he has been the greatest player for the longest period.
Well, that's a longevity award. We can give him that.
Yeah, we give him that.
And he's going to pass Kareem next year.
Yeah.
He takes care of himself. He's loved in his community. I've never heard any dirt on LeBron. No bad drugs, beating his wife, nothing. Okay? Now, let's be clear about that.
No.
Great guy. I don't agree with some of his politics, but that's okay because God loves him.
Right. Yep.
Because I love him. So if God loves him, I do too.
No doubt.
That's okay. We can have a disagreement. But that dude, he's a baller.
Yeah.
What's wrong being 5 on the list? Kobe's better than
Jerry
him.
Rice is the greatest or Tom Brady? I'm moving on.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, move on.
That's a tough one.
I think they're 1 and 2, don't you? I mean, I do personally.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. Well,
Jerry
sure.
Rice, Tom
No
Brady.
doubt.
Yeah, no.
I love watching the man in the arena. That was a great great thing for Tom Brady, just seeing how he breaks stuff down and,
Oh,
how he
yeah.
gets himself psyched up for games too is awesome. But then you got Jerry Rice,
Oh man,
who was looked down,
Yeah.
because
crazy.
he didn't come from a big school or he
Right.
wasn't this, he didn't run
Yeah.
that. The crap that these guys get caught up in nowadays is ridiculous. If we're looking at the best 40 all the time, then what's his name, John Brown, that ran the 4.2
Yeah.
or wherever from Washington, he should be the best receiver in the league.
Yeah,
if you're
why?
going off that.
Yeah.
So why is he not the best receiver?
Exactly.
It's football. It's football players.
Good
So,
point. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
watched. I was in class one day and had to watch a class for a teacher left, and I do ISS and alternative school, but I had to go in a classroom one day and I put on. They had the smart board, and I put on Jerry Rice highlights, and it was just ridiculous. And the kids were like, "Who is that guy?" I mean, it was just catch and run.
they didn't know
after catch and run.
Now, speaking of Brady, since we did bring that up,
Long ones.
this will walk
Yeah.
us into a good question. What's not a question, just a statement. Brady's deal was reconstructed. He has freed up $9 million. So that's going to allow Tampa Bay to acquire some young guys and get here in the draft because is he going to play next year too?
I think so. That's a good thing.
How many is he going to play?
Who you talking
He'd
about,
probably
Brady?
go for.
I mean, yeah, he
I
said
think he wants to win another one.
he said again, this is my last year. I promise this is it.
But that's the thing about Brady is he'll give up that little bit of money, which is probably chump change to him, but
Yeah.
he'll give up that to win a championship and have those experiences. And I think a lot of guys
Right.
won't do that.
They're gonna go with it.
It is all about the money for them. Which and like I said, agree to a certain extent. They got to take care of their families and stuff. But
Mhm.
if you do it for the love of the game, like Tom Brady, he just wants to win, and he wants those experiences with those guys and his teammates, and he's willing to give up a little bit of money to
Mhm.
get a guy in there that's going to help him. So
Yeah.
I think
That's
that's
what
what
it
makes
takes.
him great as well.
Yeah, been able to sacrifice for the team.
Guys, I'm not trying to change the subject, but in the last 25 years, how much better has their football program got?
Way better.
Yeah.
Do y'all ever remember hearing anything about Utah when you were a kid?
No,
Never.
never even heard of them.
Except for that one time they beat Alabama in the
That-
Sugar Bowl.
Well, they did
we won't
do
talk
that.
about that one in
God
here.
dang it.
Y'all
God, come
might
on,
run me
Bailey,
out.
you brought it up.
Y'all
What was he
might
doing
run me
to
out
us?
of here. So
That's it. We're over. All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, show's over. I forgot. I completely forgot.
yeah.
No, we never. There was no.
That was around the first time, though, right?
Yeah.
one of the smaller teams. Since you brought that
They're
up,
really good.
one of the smaller teams I may remember hearing about back in the day would be Colorado.
Yeah,
they're not
come
small.
on. They're not small, but somebody you
Yes.
hear about much. It
Yeah.
came out of nowhere and was
Yeah,
just great.
and San Diego State because Marshall Falk.
Mhm.
I discovered him in college. I was like, wow, this guy's really good. He may
I don't
play
know,
somewhere
were they
one
any
day.
good, no.
No, not really.
They weren't.
But because of him, I will watch.
West Coast football seems to have gone down a little bit out there. You
Well,
know,
they're-
when I was growing
well, they're
up,
not playing
I'm
football.
49 years old.
They're scared of COVID. They're not playing football. That's basically what it is. I
It
mean,
was
I'm just
big
being
out there.
honest. That's just we don't do
USC,
politics on here. We try
UCLA.
not to. But I'm just telling the truth.
Mhm.
They're politicians. They want to play games with people's lives instead of
Well, now,
being
the
common sense.
Northwest,
They don't have no common sense. So-
Oregon, Washington, that area up there, you know what's going on with North Dakota State. And
They're voting on laws.
Wyoming's got good football, but California, Arizona, New Mexico, I don't think.
Well,
they seem to care
when you're
much about it.
voting on things to allow people to come into your states rather than important things like
Mhm.
education, our education systems
Right.
in the country as a whole are terrible. I mean, we're not even top 10 anymore on the list. You know that, right?
Mhm.
We failed out of the top 10 in the world for education. So,
Really? We're last?
no, we're not in the top 10 in the world.
Oh,
We
no,
used
I
to-
thought you meant Alabama's last, right?
No, we're like maybe
47.
yeah, something like 45th. Mississippi's pretty bad. It's because a lot of rural places and they do these reading scores, so the
Okay.
kids don't have reading
Fixing
scores
to say, I
high.
don't
So it
see
hurts.
that when I go.
Yeah.
It hurts the
I don't see
system.
that. I don't see it being
But
that
anyway,
way.
I ain't gonna get on my high
Yeah,
horse about
right.
it. That's why. If anybody wants to answer, there's too many politics out west.
Mm.
I wish it wasn't me to my athletes because they're all coming out here. That's okay. We'll take Najee Harris
Yeah.
and Bryce Young.
No doubt.
Right
Well,
there
I
at
talked
De La
to a guy the
Salle.
other day, and he's like, "Well, you take Colorado, for instance. They don't care about football. It's just serious." He goes, "They're all skiing enthusiasts, and marijuana passed out there." I'm serious.
I just want to ski and get high.
And he goes, there's a lot of people that go out there for that. They're not worried about football.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Well, in the South, that's that's the biggest thing down
oh
here.
yeah.
What, shooting deer and smoke weed?
Football.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So
Shooting deer's a big
I
thing
don't know
around
if
there
it-
too.
I'm
so.
just kidding.
I don't know if it would
Shooting
be a big
turkeys
deal.
and-
I may be wrong. I don't know if it'd be a real big deal if marijuana passed here.
Nah, nobody probably pay much attention to it. They've already legal where you could grow hemp or something for farm
Yeah.
use or something. So,
But now it was out there. Huge.
I'm talking about the NFL. We said something about Brady,
Uh-huh.
and then we're going.
And that's it on the NBA. We just the playoffs,
The Titans are going to build a new stadium. $500 million have been
Mhm.
given by the state of Tennessee. Thought that was interesting. Not to share that. And one question before we move on: where the heck is not Carmen San Diego? Where's Baker Mayfield going? What?
Yeah, Atlanta.
I don't know,
mind
man.
down there. Is it going to be the Falcons' next quarterback?
I mean, I think it wouldn't be a bad move for him. He didn't have a great year, but I mean,
He may actually. What about Pittsburgh?
he's not a bad quarterback. Like everybody makes him out.
No,
to be.
I don't think
He's
so.
not. He's
He
not.
was hurt.
I mean, one bad year, his shoulder. It's hard to throw a
I think it's a
football
bad rap.
with his shoulder.
Because he's
But
got a little attitude, but I mean,
I like it.
I know. Yeah.
He
So-
might go to Pittsburgh. I mean, seriously, they got Rudolph, their backup, and we know what happened to him. Did anything ever come out about that?
No,
About him getting
You just got to get.
run
I
over?
feel like these
and-
guys just got to get their good fits. Like Odell, he needed to go somewhere else, and he got him a good fit.
Right.
Got happy. So, Baker, go somewhere else and be happy and play. So
you talking about the kid, the guy that
I'm
got?
talking about the guy that got run over in Florida. I never did hear any more about
Oh, supposedly. No,
I didn't hear about that.
yes,
Haskins.
Haskins.
Oh yeah,
In
Yeah,
Florida.
that's
he was
that's awful.
Pittsburgh.
No, supposedly I heard on the news like Wednesday morning that he had ran out of gas and he was trying to cross the interstate or something to get to a gas station
Man,
to make a call because his phone was dead or he left it. I don't know. He was down there working out doing football, kind of like what you're doing now,
mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Let's see, they had him and Rudolph for Pittsburgh's. Mason Rudolph, the one that they got in the big fight with at that time. Him and Miles Garrett, and I guess Garrett got suspended for a long time over that. Didn't he?
Y'all what are y'all digging about USFL? So we're talking about football. Are y'all liking it right now?
I don't know. I've been hearing good things.
Are you digging USFL right now?
I am.
I think it's been some good games.
I think it's been pretty good. Like I told y'all, they're doing a lot of different things. I told you about the hot list, which I'm on. So,
That's
call
great.
away. Yeah, you never know. It's a call away that I could be playing in that. So I mean, I've been watching a little bit of it. I like some of the things they're doing. I like football all year. I'm
Do you?
I'm a
See,
big
He don't.
I don't.
I'm a
He
big football
thinks
I
guy.
have that break.
He likes the break. He thinks the break
I like the
makes
break.
it better.
Yeah, well,
Like the long distance relationship, you see a girl, you ain't like, hey, what's going on? Good
my
to see you
family's
again.
it's like we got the Hulu for football season, then we cancel it after football season because we feel like there's nothing to watch.
Right.
But I'm not a huge watching baseball on TV. I'd rather go
Me
to the
too,
game.
man.
I love going
Me
to
too.
the Braves games.
Same right here.
Love
I
being
think basketball.
It puts me to sleep,
Yeah.
man. By third inning,
yeah.
I'm asleep in the chair watching baseball. But if we go to Rome Braves, I mean, the wife will go, and she likes it too.
Mhm.
She won't go to basketball, but she likes baseball. We'll go out there and just grab a drink in the kitchen sink with nachos and barbecue and just sit up there and have a good time and have
Yeah.
a great time all night.
No doubt. I'll go sit in the stadium and watch baseball, but it's just. I've gotten into golf now, so I'm addicted to golf. I've actually watched a little bit,
We did
the
too.
PGA Tour, and
We covered a little bit.
That's
Yeah.
where the money's made.
no doubt.
Tiger's, well, I mean, Jesus, man, he's done everything. God bless him.
Guy's made $10 million. Whoever's leading the money leader, Scheffler, is that his name?
Yeah,
He got
he's
$10 million already this season.
I'm okay with that.
He's great. I love his interviews too.
Oh, really?
He knows where
Yes.
where everything comes from. He gives a lot of credit to.
He wears,
God,
Oh, does he?
So
he'll be having on some Tiger Woods. He wears his shoes.
mm,
Tiger has a golf shoe.
No. I did not.
Yeah, well, he wears them, and he's the GOAT.
yeah,
Golf is actually, I'm glad you brought that up. One of our friends, Brent Hutchins,
Brent.
his son Jesse,
Yeah.
is playing in a league where they play on Sunday. US.
He's
I
like
don't know what it is.
9, 10-year-old. You know.
Him and Scott Farrah. You know Scott Farrah.
Yes. Yep.
Both of them play. They play on Sundays. They play down at Twin Bridges a lot.
Their little kids are good.
Yeah. I mean, they're 9. One of them's younger.
You don't
Jesse's 10.
realize how hard golf is until you go play it, though.
Absolutely.
Then you respect those guys for that because you're like, man,
No
this
doubt.
will mess with your head.
Well, he shot 51 the other day, which
Wow.
that's not bad, is it?
No.
And he's how old?
10.
I'm shooting
Yeah.
low hundreds.
And I don't know now. I don't
That's
like
a good day for me.
I'm at 80. I'm like, boom,
Yeah.
And that's one of them deals where they don't. It ain't like when we go and we can say, don't count that. I'm gonna try that.
Oh, they have to. Yeah, they count everything.
Yeah.
Count.
Count everything. So.
Yeah. And
Yeah, one of those kind of
now they
awkward.
may play up a little bit. I don't know how it is for 10-year-olds.
I don't know.
I don't. They may play closer. I don't know. But still.
So he's playing good right now, and
Scott Farrah's boy too. He's younger and he's also playing competition. We got 3 guys around here playing competition golf.
y'all get it, guys. Keep playing.
Bluff
Y'all keep playing hard.
And I guess Center does too. Center has some play.
Yes. Oh, yeah. When talking about USFL and Stayins played as the visiting team at UAB with their whites. They won. Well, did I not right? 33-18. Yes. Birmingham won the game. QB Smith was like 20 for 30, throw for about 280 yards.
Yeah, I thought,
Like they rushed for about 170, 180.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it's worth mentioning. So
Really?
they're 2-0. They're 2-0 right now. I think they. Well, I just looked at who they played next. Not Texas or New Jersey. The other one, the Bandits. I remember the.
Can't
Yeah, I think it was the brown looking symbol. I think they'll be up there next. And guys, these games are not very expensive. We talked about going and
Yeah.
you know,
$20, $10.
$10, I think.
And there's 3 games a day, 2 games a day.
I think you get to get it all day in the stadium if you do that. So
wow.
it's not bad football. I mean, it's good football. You know, like I said, I was telling y'all, a lot of the guys they drafted are guys that had stints in the NFL with teams,
Right.
you know, practice squads and stuff. So, you know,
It's not like that movie they replaced.
No, yeah, it's not. So
I think people think that these other leagues and semi-pro stuff like that. No, it's not.
yeah,
I'm on a
It's guys that were great. I mean, you just can't say because a guy don't make the NFL, he can't play ball.
no,
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
no, we can't do that. I'm gonna change gears for the podcast,
Oh,
guys.
you're fine.
We're gonna go to the next one, so I'm gonna stop here because we're gonna let Bailey have
We
whole.
hadn't even got to him yet.
Yeah, we're gonna let him have the entirety of the whole end of the thing there. So we're gonna do, and of course I'll do local at the end. So this will be college and more. Add recordings. No, I don't want to do that.
Oh, and I
We need
did
to-
see where Chief's son, Juju Schuster, is it
Mhm.
Smith Schuster?
Yeah.
From Pittsburgh. So he's supposedly the replacement for Hill.
I don't know about that move.
Well, I mean, they had to get somebody.
Yeah,
I think they're going to
Tyreek.
focus on Hardman a lot, aren't they?
Yeah, Tyreek. Oh man, it's Tyreek's
Rico Hardman.
Tyreek's unreal
Yeah, he's
to stop. So you can just use him so many different ways.
going to help Tua out a lot.
Yeah,
I think.
no doubt. I think it'll be a pretty good duo between them. I don't, you know, which Mahomes, you can never take away. Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks, probably the, you know, most talented quarterback in the league right now. But you know, I think that Tua's going to be just fine.
Do you watch Miami?
I do.
Who's their other receiver?
Waddle's a
Okay.
stud. So I mean, you got him and Tyreek Hill.
Parker's gone, right? That
think so.
Devontae Parker.
Yeah,
No,
I think
he was pretty good.
so. That's
I think he moved on.
that's 2 studs to throw it to though.
Okay, well, yeah, I forgot about Waddle. I knew that he caught about 196 passes last year or something.
Tua can just stay healthy.
Mhm.
You know, I think that'll be. I think that'll be a good combination right there.
That's been the main knock on him, is not being healthy, right, Matt?
Okay,
Oh, sorry.
we got to go in there again. Applecast, Spotify people, welcome back, and we're gonna let him, you know, tell. We've been talking about USFL, but you know, and some stuff, and we just wanted to shoot the breeze with him, and you know what we've been doing, and that's kind of you know how we do, and just kind of let people kind of get to know you, you know, and I mean, of course, football is part of what you do, but you know, you're also a guy that likes basketball and other football teams, and You played high school and played everything. I mean,
Yeah.
and was good
All
at
state and everything.
yeah. So
According to my notes, is that true?
Yes,
we'll,
sir.
we'll share some of the knowledge that we know, and you can tell us we're wrong or right, or and add if you want to, or
Okay.
and kind of give some listeners that may not know you and things and your accolades and things that you've been through. And then we want you to talk about playing some at West Alabama and the process of when you leave there. How do you, what do you do? I mean, like, gosh, where do you even start? So you started, I guess, when did you start varsity?
Yeah.
I mean, we can. How far do you want me to go back?
Well, like at Piedmont, you started, and your dad was coaching, and ninth, 10th grade, and
I could go back to Little League with
Little
this
League.
one. We were playing. I guess I'll start.
Absolutely,
I'll
man.
make it as quick as I can on that.
No, it's
but,
yours, man. You do what you want to.
We started off playing in the Park and Rec here in Center, baseball, and then we decided we wanted to go play a little bit of travel ball, and we got with some guys from Piedmont. They wanted to play. That's kind of how we met, had that connection with them already. Best friends for life were made with those guys. And then, my dad was coaching at Center.
Mm-hmm.
He got the job over at Piedmont, which is funny because Coach Smith was walking down the hall one day, and Dad was like, "Hey, what do you want me to do for offense or a scheme?" And Coach Smith goes, "Oh, no, you're the defense coordinator." And Dad was like, "Oh, okay." So
okay, I can do that.
But that connection right there has been, speaks for itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unreal. Just two outstanding coaches.
Yeah.
But so we went from travel ball, and then we started getting into Pee Wee football together. And we all played since we were little in Pee Wee football together, and we run the same system as the high school does. Like I told y'all, that's how we have been successful. Got into middle school, and I played receiver in middle school, and safety in football, and then baseball, basketball. Obviously, there was no breaks for me. It was always sports, and that's what me and Dad kind of talk about. Is I didn't learn a lot of other things because I was constantly doing sports all the time, and it was either if I wasn't playing, I was practicing it. So, you starting to learn other things that are needed, just because of that. All right, then get into high school. I loved my high school experience. I was one of those kids that I soaked in every moment. I wasn't one of those kids that looked forward to going to college and getting out. And I wanted to make sure that I got soaked up every moment of high school, because I listened to those older people, wisdom that say, it flies by and you need to take this in. And I'm one of those guys that I take everything in. Me and my buddies, we go to church together. We go we played together. We just did everything together. And just those times were amazing. Let's see. Baseball, I start there in ninth grade. I didn't start in ninth grade. I was a baseball guy up until my senior year, and I didn't even start until a situation happened. Ended up playing third base. Never played third base in my life. Always played shortstop.
Dad was the coach.
Yes, and loved playing third base.
That's where mine played at.
Yeah.
It's hard.
He took some shots. Like you take some,
you take some
lower extremity shots.
Yeah.
Throw too.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it.
You gotta have
And
good feet.
Play with some really good dudes. Like we talked about, Bradley boys, Cade and Colin, and there's just so many good athletes that we got to play with. And that's the thing that we were more nervous about messing up and ruining those seniors, years.
Right.
That's what we were good, because we cared about the guy next to you. We wanted him to have a good year. We wanted those seniors to go out. And so when we were in ninth grade, me and Peyton Young, Taylor Hayes, Easton Kirk, people like that, we were scared to mess up because we wanted those guys to have good years, and we didn't want them mad at us. But we were also just ourselves. We wanted to be good. Played baseball in 10th grade year. We had a really good year in baseball. And junior year, we had a good year all those. And like I said, I was a baseball guy up until my senior year. And then I decided I like catching touchdowns more than I like getting base hits, because I wasn't a guy that hit it out of the park.
Pretty fun, isn't it?
Yeah, we won a lot of games. We went to the playoffs every year, and had a lot of fun there. Basketball, my junior year, we ended up going to the state championship in basketball, and that was just kind of a fun thing that we did, just kind of in between football and baseball. And then we ended up in the state championship game against a powerhouse like Madison Academy. So that was a great experience, one of the most fun experiences I've had. And then, we won our area. We went to the regional tournaments in basketball, and then football. Went to the playoffs, and then all those years, and then my senior year we won a state championship. So it's kind of like a storybook ending for that.
So you graduated in 16?
In 16, and
Okay.
I wouldn't trade those days for anything. Like I told y'all, I soaked it all in and just had an awesome experience. And the best thing that Coach Smith and then they do at Piedmont is they don't want you to specialize. They want you to play all the sports. They want you to, and when you're playing the other sports, and that's why I talked to Coach Kelly, from center, and I like what he's doing too, is you don't get an off time of workouts. Workouts is a year-round thing. So you don't get to, if I'm playing basketball today, I don't work out, right? No, it's, you get in there and you get a lift. You do something and to stay up. And
they support each other.
Yeah, they support each other, and they share the athletes, and that's why they've been good. And
yeah, they got some good going on out there.
Very good.
Well, then you played for your dad, Steve Smith, and Tommy Lewis.
So,
in the Hall of Fame here. Steve's obviously going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Had some awesome coaches, like my dad. He was was a head baseball coach, and Matt Demerman was our assistant. He's the head coach there now, still doing an awesome job.
Yeah, they're number one.
And then I had, I don't want to leave anybody out, but I'll just do head coach like Coach Lewis. Tommy Lewis was my basketball coach. I grew up watching Tommy Lewis coaching center. Maurice Dupree and guys like that. So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Good.
I'm sorry.
I just grew up watching him coach guys like Maurice Dupree, which y'all probably remember.
Oh, yeah.
Reggie Dupree, just studs. Yeah. And I got the privilege of getting to play for him in basketball.
Right.
And then Coach Smith in football. So, and then my dad was a defense coordinator. So,
I think Maurice went to a training camp. Did he not?
He did. He got with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right.
That's who I got a lot of my workouts from. Is Maurice, and he would help me. So, if you ever see Maurice and you need to go work out, he will work you, because I was on all fours one day when I worked out with him.
Really? That bad?
Yeah, he gets the best out of you. So, and he's still a stud.
Athlete. Oh, really? What is he? He's in his 30s, I'm sure, isn't he?
Yeah, still running a 4.4. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
So, after Piedmont, did you get a scholarship to West Alabama?
Yeah. So, like I said, I was a baseball guy.
Mm-hmm.
Plan was to go to Southern Union and play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Jabbo Jordan, I got a good friend, Joey Jordan. That's his son. I had a chance to go there and some other places. I was going to go there and do that. That was the plan. Well, then, like I said, senior year rolls around, and I love football. Like I said, I like catching touchdowns more than that. And West Alabama comes through, talks to me, and get an offer to West Alabama. And the recruiting system is a little, that's why it's hard for me to just bash guys when they do transfer, because these coaches sometimes will be like, oh, yeah, you're number 2 on our list, and then you never hear from them again.
Yeah, those are the insides that not everybody knows. That's what I'm saying. Not all of it's exactly how it seems.
No doubt. And that's why
people you're going to start if you come here, probably.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
and that's why I love getting to help, like the guys, that are getting recruited now is, take everything with a grain of salt. Of course they want you, because you're a great athlete, but you got to know who's really genuine and who's not.
Yeah.
Like I had a Western Carolina, they were telling me I was number 2 on their board, and then, we won a state championship, and they're saying, oh, I'm going to call you, and then I never hear from them again.
Right.
So you got people like that, or, I always wanted to go to JSU because my whole family went there, and they just didn't, no hate to JSU, but they just didn't come through with what.
Well, that's not just you. They don't offer a lot of players around here. They have recently, more real here in the past 2 or 3 years, but in your time, just not long ago, they just kind of don't.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
So I mean, you got to take the recruiting process, and it's stressful. I'll tell you that.
What's some good advice for like maybe, like you said, to keep the stress down for a young guy right now that may be a senior and he's fixing to go through this? What would you tell them to keep your stress down and don't be defeated if this guy calls and you don't get a call back? What's some things you can do to try to? Well,
just based off my faith, and I don't know what everybody believes. I know that y'all too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably the same as I do.
Yeah.
And God's got a purpose for your life, regardless if you're a football player or if you're this or that, it doesn't really matter. That's my advice would be, don't get down about that, because he's going to use you either way. And that's what me and my parents talk about, is like, even if you don't go play, college football, he's still got a plan for you, for your life. And so that really helped me get through it, as got all these schools calling you and promising you stuff and then not coming through with it. And, just be patient, and where you're supposed to be is going to happen. Like, I never in a million years thought I was going to be at West Alabama. CJ Savage, he was the guy before me that went there. And so I had a connection there. And then when they started contacting me, I was like, that could be good, because I have somebody there that could look out for me, kind of like a big brother. And, Austin Bishop was there from Piedmont. So
try
guys
to make some contact with somebody at the colleges you're going to. It's probably good advice. Try to
no doubt
befriend somebody somehow. Because the coach, he's going to say he's going to be there for you. Guys, he's trying to run a football team.
Yeah.
He can't come over and wipe your nose, and every time something happens, that's just not how it works.
Yeah. And
find somebody and just be cool, man, and try not to get, if you're not a believer of faith, you better find something that gives you peace, like doing jigsaw puzzles or doing something. Because it's stressful.
It is stressful. And like I said, I went through that, and finally West Alabama comes through, brings me on an official visit. One of the main guys that I talked to was Lamont Seward. He was our receiver coach.
Seward, yep.
He was, man, he's awesome. He's broke records at Western Carolina. Just a great detail-oriented coach. He loved his players, and he's just a great guy. And he was one of the main reasons that I committed there. And then they said they were going to throw it 50 times a game. So as a receiver, I'm like, I'll perk up a little bit. Yeah. I'm like, 50 times a game.
Did they lie to you?
No, they didn't lie about that part. So, no, it was a great experience. West Alabama was a very good thing for me. And there's not a lot to do in Livingston, Alabama. So what you do is you make friends like you're supposed to, and you talk to people, and you make those bonds that will last forever.
Right.
And so I got to go down there and meet a lot of great dudes that'll be friends for life, and great teammates. And football's football, and if you love the game and you're playing football, then it don't matter where you're playing at. So,
but looks like you had a good career there, Matt.
Second
about being the stat man.
Second all time on the leaderboard there at West Alabama.
163 catches, 2187, 19 touchdowns. Wow, that's pretty good. That's about 40 a year average. But I'm sure the freshman year, now a lot of freshmen don't get to play much.
No,
you pretty much did that in 3 years, right?
Yeah, I did that in 3 years. I got redshirted my first year, which was probably the best thing that could have happened to me. I had shoulder surgery come out. A lot of people don't know this. I tried to hide it as best I could, but senior year of high school, I had both torn labrums from football. So I played, through the rest of the season football. We won a state championship. I wore a brace. And then basketball rolls around. I'm playing, I kind of had to change my shot a little bit because of my shoulder. And then baseball, I only played shortstop that year because I could only throw it from a certain angle. I couldn't come over the top as I wanted to. It would just tear and tear. Day after we get put out in the playoffs of baseball, I have surgery. And, like I said, I wouldn't trade anything from my high school experience. It was awesome. Getting to go out there and battle for guys you play with your whole life.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I would have never quit on those guys. I can tell you that.
Right.
And so going into freshman year of college, I had surgery on my right shoulder because I was going to play baseball there as well. Ended up just doing, I'll tell you, 2 sport athletes in college, they got to give it to you because it's just one sport. It's like a job.
No idea how
to do it. 2 sport athletes.
There's not. And if you can do
not
it,
anymore.
Man,
not like Dion and Bo did back in the day.
It takes a special dude, and because it's rough. And so I was going to do it, and I had surgery on my right shoulder.
Takes special people do your homework too, because there's no way you can do classwork. It's no way.
It's a lot. And then so I did that. The best thing I did was redshirt. Next year, played a lot of special teams and gave it my all. I was going as hard as I could for those guys because, you make those bonds with those guys. You want them to have good years, and you want them to do the same when you're a senior and stuff. So played behind an All-American, and he taught me a lot. That receiver room and Coach Seward, they taught me so much about being a receiver.
Yeah, it seems like you earned their respect.
No doubt.
That seems like how it went, and when you earn respect as players, it's just like it is, whether you're talking about out on the streets and things. Respect is everything.
Yeah.
I mean, money, or you can pay somebody, or you can have no money. And when you have little or nothing, and when it all comes down to it, and we're talking about just guts, glory, and football, we're out there on the field just bleeding together, sweating together, respect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, who's the guy you want to have in the foxhole with you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No
Exactly.
doubt. And that's why I tell people, me and my quarterback in high school, Taylor Hayes, who was just an outstanding athlete, me and him want to coach together one day.
Mm-hmm.
He would always say, and I would say this, I don't want to ask guys to do something they know I wouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
If I say, run through that brick wall, they'd be like, well, you wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I would never ask a guy to do something that I wouldn't do.
Right.
And so that's why, my redshirt freshman year, when I got to get on the field, I was the guy that ran to the shield on punt. Well, you got these guys who are like 6'5", 300 pounds that stand up there and protect the punter, and I'm going in there as hard as I can at 185 and just throwing my body on the line.
Trying to.
Yeah, but I did it because we won a conference championship that year, and we had a great time. And then next year I get to play receiver, and all those years building up to it, I'll learn from all those guys, and they still text me, support me today, going through this process I'm going through now. So got to play receiver, and had a pretty good career there playing receiver.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's what yards? What was his?
2187, 163 catches.
That's now I've heard some other people compare you to Edelman or those guys, and I think the other guy had asked you, if you would play inside or out, and you said either. You could play in, play a slot or other. So something about your gameplay, but now, what do you do? I mean, like, you're getting done. You're going to graduate. And is it Front Row Sports or?
Mm-hmm. That's the agency.
How does?
Yeah, how did that?
Yeah, the kids that are listening that may want to know, like, okay, I'm going to play high school football, and I may want to try out.
Yeah,
I think my talents are good enough, maybe go next level. So when you move on from college, so what's the process of leaving college and now that in between? How do you start that? Where do you even start at?
That's fortunate enough that had a lot of people pushing me athletically and academically. Got my bachelor's degree in exercise science, and then I got my master's in sports management, and I'm also working on a teaching certificate. I want to coach and teach on the high school level.
Yeah.
So that's first priority.
Yes.
Even over all of this other stuff, but got connected with just like I said, life's more about connections and making meeting good people than it is anything else.
It took me a longer time than you.
Yeah,
to learn that.
That's what I learned in college more than anything is building relationships with people means a lot more. So I built some good relationships with guys that had interviewed me over the seasons and stuff, and I actually personally got an agency through a guy named Justin Kelm who he said, hey, my buddy's an agent, you should reach out, which what I'm going to tell them is when you do graduate from college and you do want to pursue something, you need to reach out to agencies, get them your film, get them, your stats, and all that.
I think stats are important, and I'm sure yours help.
Yeah, it is because
you can see, this guy caught 163 passes.
Yeah. So
where are some at? Like around the state here, or
you could research it. And,
can you literally just go Google and try to find, and
you'll
get it.
You'll
get some info.
A lot of the time, your coaches though will have guys that they've already connected with, and they will put you onto that, and get you a pro day, because I got to go to UAB and do a pro day. But Jesse Henniger is the guy that runs Front Row Sports. He does an outstanding job.
Front Row Sports.
He's actually from Delaware.
Shout out Jesse Henniger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Jesse. He's a great guy. Cares about you more as a person than he does as a player too. That's what I really love about him.
And he's from Delaware.
Yeah.
And their office is where?
It's up there in Delaware.
Okay.
So he's kind of a newer to it, and he's building his brand up a lot. So when I have people reach out to me, I send them to him. I had a guy from Valdosta State named Brian Sons who played receiver. Sent him to Jesse. He ended up signing with him. So
there you go.
If you can play, they'll find you.
So you send your stuff to them, and they decide whether to go to
if they want to sign you or not, which they could.
Right.
If like a Division I guys that you see on TV every day, there's probably agents that reach out to them. So, like I said, I reached out to him. I sent him my film. I sent him my information. He got back with me. We had a meeting. and then I ended up getting to sign with them, and then the process started of getting my film out to teams and getting a chance to play in the USFL or the NFL or CFL and stuff like that.
Is it expensive for, I'm just talking about, young guys coming out of college. Is it something, to work with him, Front Row Sports, is it?
So this is the thing that people don't really understand is if an agent tells you I need upfront money, he's probably not a real agent. He's probably not a real agent.
That's stuff we need to know, man.
Yeah.
Kids need to, guys, I hope y'all are listening. Pay
he's
attention.
Probably trying to scam you. So
pay attention.
But, agents, what they do is they sign you and they work for you. So they work to get you a spot so that they can make money.
The more you make, the more they make.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so you sign, 3% and, or 5%, however much the league can give them or whatever you want to sign for with them.
Yeah, if you get
that's between you and your agent. I won't get into mine, but
if you get $1 million and they get, 3% of $1 million would be $330,000.
So you don't pay anything until you make money.
Okay.
Then they make money.
All right, guys. That's good info. I hope y'all were paying attention. That's kind of stuff. I mean, it's kind of scary. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you was kind of nervous about like, okay, man, here we go.
Well, that was at one point I was like, you know what? I'm just going to work, and I'm probably just not even going to try to pursue this football thing. I know that I'm good enough to play on the next level, but I was like, I don't really know where to start.
Yeah.
Which being from a small school, you don't get as many connections.
Yeah.
That I will say that football's good in any division. If you get a chance to play football, you need to go play football.
Right.
Just the connections part, is the biggest thing. But if like I said, if you do get the opportunity to get with an agency and continue, you need to do it. And I was more just praying. I just praying that God would kind of lead me in the right direction.
Put me where I'm supposed to be.
Put me where I'm needed. And I'm telling you, at one point I was like, I don't know if I even want to play. And then I got a call or I got a text from Justin, the guy that interviewed me, and he said, hey, hit my buddy up. And I sent him the film and then signed with an agency. And now I'm getting, I got to go to Indianapolis, which I never would have got to do if I never did that. Got to go to the National Scouting Combine. So
once the reports and all that stuff kind of trickled out, then you get invited to go up there.
No doubt.
Now, on your ride up there, I guess, and as you're getting close to the building and, what are you feeling like? You feel like you're a little kid again?
Oh, yeah.
You're a kid again.
I got to drive up there by myself. I have some grandparents who live in Tennessee, so even just getting to see them was huge. Just getting to hang out with them for a little bit. Stayed up there, and then I drove the rest, and I can tell you there's nothing but cornfields from Kentucky to there. But it makes you appreciate, just the beauty of, God's creation and appreciate farmers and what they do.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So
we couldn't do it without them, man.
My fiance's dad, he's a farmer. Shout out to him, man. Yeah. He works his tail off.
Yeah, thank you for feeding me today.
Yeah, really. People don't understand that, but they do feed us.
They're our truck drivers, man. My brother-in-law, daddy-in-law drove trucks. I hauled cars for a while. Nothing moves, man, without those people.
Nothing.
So you're moving in up there, and you pull up in the parking lot, and you're like, Lord, I've followed what I think you've laid this out for me, and somehow I'm gonna advance your kingdom up here today. Somehow, I'm gonna be able to be a positive effect on somebody's life.
Mm-hmm.
When you open that door and you get out of the car,
there's nerves for sure because you got so many great athletes that are up there too, and you want them to succeed as well, but you're also competing against them.
Yeah, man.
And I met some good buddies up there from guys from up in Boston, all over the country that I got to meet. We got to go through that and just had an awesome experience.
That's those relationships too.
Exactly.
Later, you don't know, man. God will use you somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Was this a small school tryout?
It was
a combine.
It was just Jesse, guy from Front Row. He was the one that told me think about going up there. So I was like, and they sent me an invite to come. So he was like, you really need to think about it. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad I did. Even if nothing comes from this. Just getting to go up there and experience that, getting around those guys. And there was a lot of small school guys. There was also some, Division I guys there that were trying to get more looks that didn't get invited to the NFL Combine, which was the same week. Right. So a lot of the same scouts were still there getting to see you, CFL, XFL, all that.
That's great.
Yeah.
a lot of nerves going, but once you get out there, it's just
It's football.
like you said. It's like you're a little kid again, and you're just having a good time, man.
Well, you watch a lot of pro football, and how many of those guys are from small schools?
Yeah.
Look at the guy from the Rams. It's a good.
There's a ton.
Yeah.
There's a ton of small
He's
guys.
from Washington.
Yeah.
Tons. There's more than what people really know.
Oh.
There's a lot of guys, man. They're not all from Atlanta,
No.
Tallahassee, Houston, New York,
Mm-hmm.
L.A. A lot of these guys are just. I mean, we could name many of them. I know the story
A
of
lot of small.
DJ
small
Fluker.
places.
Like stayed in his car. At his high school, slept in his back seat for a couple of days a week because they just didn't have nothing. I mean, there's stories and stories. So guys, if you are listening, don't let Small Town USA. Cody said the whole Cody. Yes, not Bayley, but Cody. Cody too.
I'm sorry, I thought you actually coached.
But Cody, we know him from before, and this is kin folks with him.
Yeah.
He made it, played big time college, football. Once a big, and they're just all I mentioned because y'all are family, and guys, they're just. I've known them all since they were young boys. It's just small town USA. It's about work and getting after it, and you do have to have some God-given talent. Yes, that does help. That goes along, but putting that work on top of it, which is those things that your father and Coach Smith and other coaches there, Scooter and the guys, instill, in the guys. So, once you get up there and you go through this and you go through the combine process, and as you're kind of getting finished with that, did you feel you got best hands of the camp up there, right?
I did, yeah.
See, so I mean,
Who throws to y'all?
Yeah, how does that work?
Just the quarterbacks
Just the
that were there,
quarterback.
and then pro day, I got quarterback from JSU got to throw to me.
Mm-hmm.
So and then Sanford's quarterback, there's some other guys. So
That's pretty cool.
it was a great experience. And
Hard. I mean, very hard.
Oh.
The actual.
You mean throwing the laces off of it hard, or is it hard in the workouts?
The workout.
Yeah.
Like
no, I mean it was you kind of train for it, so you know what's going to happen. Throwing with a different quarterback is kind of at first is like, oh crap, I don't know how he throws the ball, but once you get used to it, you're fine. I mean he was throwing dots, and he's a really really cool dude. He was we encourage, you just kind of encourage each other. Like I said, you want them to do good, and you are competing against each other, but ultimately it's.
So it seems like there's a lot of guys that try to kind of help each other try to succeed.
No doubt. And that's what you love to see. So
It's not dog eat dog.
not all, yeah, not all. I
Okay.
mean, once you get on that field, when it's 11 on 11 and you got the spot, that's dog eat dog.
Right.
You want to go out there and be the best. So that's what.
So now it's just once you competed through that and won some accolades there, like he's won accolades and everything he's done. So now it's you're working over here at a place here in town and just kind of doing your thing and working out and staying ready and
No doubt. Like I said, I'm on the hot list for the USFL, so they could call me at any time. Injuries, anything that happens. So just trying to stay ready. Staying at the, Coach Kelly at Centers let me come and work out there, and getting to work out in Piedmont at the high school. I've always gotten to work out, and then gyms around here that have let me come in and work out. And that's why I said you got to love small town USA, small town Alabama, because there's so many people that will help you get to where you want to get. There is a lot of hate out there. People that think, oh, I can't believe he's trying this, or But you got to look at the positive sides. There's people that guy from Piedmont, Derek Freeman, played at Piedmont. Back in the day, he said, you're chasing your dream. Come work out with me. I'll help you get to what you want to do, and you gotta love stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Man. That's why I love small town.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, a lot of people know each other. We were, me and Matt were watching Clemson play the other day, and one of their running backs is from Ohatchee.
Yeah.
And he decided to follow his dream and go try to play for Clemson. Apparently, he made the team.
Yeah. We talked about it that night at the
Dominic Thomas.
Yeah, Dominic Thomas.
Yeah.
We talked to him that night at the game, and he had lost his mom and his grandmom in a tornado up there during that. So I was trying to be, how I am. I'm always hey, hang in there. God loves you. And there's a plan, like somehow, I don't know why, but, God brought me over here to you to talk to you about this. And I feel like something great's going to come of it. And he's like, well, I want to play D1. I'd like to go to Clemson. I said, man, anything's possible.
No doubt.
If God's plans for you to be there, then it's already done. You just have to do those things that he needs you to do to finish that. And we've seen him play. And
He played Union College in Kentucky.
Yeah, and he may play it. He looked good.
He's a good athlete.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, like you said, a tragedy like that, that's awful.
I said you can either do two things, man. I just want to give you some advice here. You can either use it as motivation, which is most people won't, or you can use it as a reason to get high and get drunk and just quit on life and go work at the chicken plant.
Yeah, but what a testimony.
What do you want to do?
What a testimony he can have.
Now you got a story that you can go on and you can minister and tell some young guy, hey, look, I lost all this, but I still have an opportunity, because God still give it out here for me, and you do too, and we're happy for you, man.
No doubt.
We're glad you come on here. We want you to share your story.
You got to support guys like that and just keep on grinding, and definitely got my support.
We support you, man. We're behind you, and we share stuff as we get it. Yeah. And me and him got to talk a little more the past few months, and chitter chat back and forth in the basketball bracket that got. I got blew up, man. Sorry about that. I got destroyed on that, but so
there is a chance. There is a chance you could be drafted.
There is a chance.
Yeah, NFL. Tell us about how that's going to go down Thursday. Starts Thursday.
Yeah, so they're trying to put some more stuff out this week. Try to get a big push for that. Try to get drafted, or it could be free agency.
Which is what a lot of people do.
A lot of people, that's what
it's more prevalent now.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys. I mean, you look at it,
it's just what
Malcolm
it is now.
Butler. Free agency is a Super Bowl interception. Yeah, so.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I hate to get off the subject. You think that was a bad play call?
Yeah.
Oh yes, no doubt.
I read an article the other day where they were pretty much taken up for it completely.
What are you doing? You got Marshawn Lynch. And
but Deion said it's the worst call in the Super Bowl. No doubt. He didn't hear nothing about it.
Now, how would
the guy from West Alabama intercept?
Yeah, good for West Alabama though.
Yeah, go West Alabama. Yeah. What's the process of free agency? I guess what I'm asking, how does that? Okay, so if they give you a call like a couple of days here and it goes by and then that goes down. Do you go to when you go to this team, maybe wherever, we'll just use an example. We'll just say you go to Tampa Bay. You wind up down there. Do you then work out with them and try out for them, or how does?
So you go down there and try to showcase. It'd be like I guess you can get a mini camp or anything like that, and try to really just get on the field and show what you can do, and then
Well,
then it's what they want or what they need.
You know what?
You never know what a team needs. So
hey, I don't think Gronk's coming back. Listen, guys, we know you're watching down there. You got the coach. He's up in the big office now. He's not going to be on the field anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're watching, I know he's probably watching right now. We got a tight end. We got a guy right here.
Yeah.
Gronk's gone.
Hey,
the new Gronk is here.
Receiver.
This can happen, man. Let's just go ahead and pull a trigger. Give my man a call. Hit us on our email after the show.
We watched
Coach
Arians. Invincible. That's all that was.
Yeah.
He went and tried out. He was 28 years old. The one with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Boy, that's a good
Great
one.
movie.
I've seen it too. I'm going to watch it tonight.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Well, he went to an open tryout, which was pretty much a joke, but it wasn't for him.
Well, Kurt Warner, he's bagging groceries. Yeah. And we watched him do the greatest show on turf. I watched him win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. That's the thing. As people come up and ask me, what's going to happen? It's just waiting for a call. And if it doesn't happen, like I said, God's got a purpose for my life. I'm trying to set myself up to coach and teach. And I think, that's where he's going to use me regardless.
It may be. There's so many weird things, the way things happen. It may be a relationship of somebody you met up there in Indianapolis, and God's purpose is for you to coach some team somewhere that you'll bump into him again, and somehow y'all wind up together coaching to change this kid's life.
No doubt.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No
and
doubt.
you don't know how God's so great, and those we just don't know.
I teach at Chattooga, and there was a guy from there that played at Louisville. He did well, but he didn't get drafted. Mm-hmm. But he signed as a free agent. He played 7 years.
That's awesome.
And he made. I don't know what he made. I'm not going to ask him, but the rumor was he made $600,000.
Hey, you make good money, and you get to do something you love, man. You get to play ball. That's awesome.
And he's also getting that retirement because you get it after 7, right? After 6.
Not real sure. I know that the rookie contract's 3 years.
Okay.
So then they can redo your contract. So
now he just played special teams, but he did well on them.
Yeah.
He played on 4 different teams.
Yeah.
And I know he wanted to run the ball, and I thought he would have been a good one, but he didn't get to. But they loved him for the. He played on kickoff,
Shoot, I'd be the
kickoff return.
personal protector for the punter if you
Right.
if you want me to. I just get to play ball. So
There's a good chance, and we're pulling for you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
we wanted you to share your story and kind of those things,
Yeah,
man. That inside stuff. See, like if you got agents coming at you, Dean,
Mhm.
you got to watch out, man. He's trying to get you in your pockets.
Yeah.
So that's good information.
These big agents.
I would love to do that, man.
That's what
I could do it.
I think that might be later on in life. Sports
absolutely.
management degree. I want to be an athletic director, so that's my goal.
Oh, do
but
you?
I want to change kids. I've told Dad this a lot, and my parents. And I just want say thanks to my parents for giving me great morals and steering me in the right direction always. But I've always told them I try to stay away from coaching. The whole time I was in college, I wanted to do this, do that, do this, do that, and I think it's just a calling. I think you're called to do it, and now
it's definitely not for the money. Let me go ahead.
Not at all.
Let me go ahead.
I tried
and
to, but
you don't think it's gonna happen?
I'm trying to go in and do that. So
Because you already know. We don't have to tell him. He already knows because he's got a dad that coached and his mom's been in the school system.
Mhm.
You don't coach for money.
no,
Not in Alabama anyway.
no, you don't.
Not here. Well, not here in this county anyway. Maybe some other counties pay a little bit more.
Talladega,
Yeah, and you can go off some other counties.
Yeah.
I know Etowah, like they're people that cut their grass, up there, and their assistants make as much as head coaches over
I
here.
had a guy one time say, I may be going, this is when, Will Wagner.
Uh-huh.
He goes, this one guy, this before Will got the job, I knew another guy that had put in for it, and he goes, you want to go? I don't know what you'll be coaching, but the supplement's $9,000. I'm like, yeah, I'll go to Munford. I'll drive back and forth there. It's not real far, but Will ended up getting the job and did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then Cody. He's coached a little bit too. So I mean, it just runs in the family.
Yeah.
Friend, my uncle, he's coached.
Yeah, he was a good coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just runs in the family, and like I said, it's just a calling.
It is.
And to help kids, I love seeing kids comment on Facebook or out in the world and say to my mom or dad, hey, you changed my life.
Oh man, it makes you
It
hard.
makes you feel awesome.
Yeah.
Better
So
than
big.
anything.
Yes.
How much of an impact did Cody, being who he was, have on you?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot. That's what I tell a lot of people. But I used to go play pickup basketball with Cody and guys like that, guys that were, and when he was a senior and junior, he would take me to go play basketball with them when I was in middle school.
Mhm.
And, you don't want a young kid out there ruining your game, but he was like, my cousin's pretty good. He's going to be on my team, and I'll go out there and, shoot some threes and hit him. And that made me better because I was playing against competition like that. And just, him doing that and helping me meant a lot because I looked up to him. And, him being as great as he was of an athlete, I looked up, to how he was in that. So
He's a superstar, man. He's Hollywood.
Getting to go play with him like that with those guys meant a lot to me. So
He likes to shine,
He scored 1,000 points, got drafted,
yeah,
and
so
Mr. Football.
yeah, he's
That's a pretty good record.
And then the other grandson, West Alabama's second
all-time.
All-state 3 sports, and went to a pro combine. So I guess your grandparents, is James and friends, parents still alive?
No, their mom passed away.
Oh, okay.
I guess it might have been 2010. She was awesome. I will take a minute and say about her.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Bayley Blanchard. She was incredible. She was when I was playing Park and Rec. She was.
I bet she didn't put up no crap.
Oh gosh, no.
I can imagine because I know,
No. She used to. Man, she was rough on them. She would let them know. But that, like I said, it made them who they are today,
Yeah,
and
right.
how they were, Fran and Dad were to us as dads. So, and she's just an awesome woman, hard-nosed woman, worked for everything she got. My favorite thing after Park and Rec, baseball would be bringing her a game ball because it just made her, feel awesome.
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't the mother going, you played your best, sweetie.
No, she was.
No,
"What'd
you
do
stunk today."
Yeah, what'd you do today? And I'd be like, I got you a home run ball or this, and so she was like, well, you better, keep doing good. So I got to stay with her a lot when Dad was working, and it was awesome. And then my mom's grandparents, or my grandparents on my mom's side, they come to as many games as they could in college and supported. So if you got your grandparents, out there, give them a hug and appreciate them.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of times they don't feel real great. I mean, they're having taken medicine and they just get old, and they come out there and take their time out of their days to come see their grandkids, man. It makes, and honestly, grandkids, if you don't know you're listening, it makes them feel good.
Yeah.
to see you, that makes their day. So y'all enjoy those moments with your grandparents.
No doubt.
Like Bailey's telling
Now,
us.
Cody's sister and your sister, they were good athletes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It just runs in the family. I think Candace was unreal. She played
Softball, right?
softball, volleyball, basketball, and Tara was outstanding volleyball player. So she picks on me a lot. I don't know if y'all ever see my Facebook. She gets on me pretty good. It's pretty funny. And then Meg, actually, my little sister, she was one of the first ones to win a state championship in the family. She won the Park and Rec state championship softball. So she brags about that. So it runs in the family. It's fun. And not saying you got to be an athlete to be in our family, but
Well, I don't know.
yeah, but it is fun. We get to support each other. That's the best thing is getting. Piedmont won the state championship in 2009, and the next day Cody's playing for the state championship for Jacob County.
Right.
So we got to do that, and then the next day go watch him win it, and it was just a cool experience.
Awesome. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, those are memories you get to have with your family that, like we said earlier about playing with your dad. And your dad was, in the moment, I know coaching when mine was young, you're trying to instill those things in them, and you're not just coaching ball. You're trying to teach them, lessons about being a part of something that's more important than you.
No doubt.
You're not number one. What you're feeling right now, you're not the most important thing on the field because you're a part of something, a team. Together, everybody accomplishes more, and to be able to set your feelings aside and learn to be a man and to be honest. And when you tell somebody something, you're going to be at practice and you sign up to play football, you're going to play the whole year. And we're going to start, and if practice is at 3 o'clock, you get there at 2:55. You're there early.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to prepare him for, like your dad did with you, you prepare him for to go to work, and for life, and to be there early and to show respect.
Yeah.
And just like what he was just talking about, guys, for the young guys that are listening, the respect and stuff that his dad taught him through football also carried over with Bailey to all the way up through college, through West Alabama, to show respect to these other players that they seen that, and they would help him. And then he winds up getting to go up to Indianapolis to a combine. And he learns people meets up there. So, guys, the whole thing is it's an amazing story, and it shows, what's really important, about all of it. Yes, you're just playing ball, but, it's not the number one thing.
Yeah.
Respecting other people and doing what you say you're going to do and keeping your word. Because when we die and we're dead and gone, guys, they ain't nothing else.
No doubt.
They ain't nothing else.
Football is more than just a game.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. It teaches you a lot of
stuff.
Life lessons. This is probably the sport that teaches you the most about that. And being a man and being, what you're supposed to be for, your future, wife and kids and stuff. I'm recently engaged and about to get married.
Yes, congratulations.
So,
absolutely. Yeah.
Emery Reedy, she's awesome.
And she's from
Spring Garden.
Okay.
She's also a very good athlete. She's a baller. So,
I know.
Is that Macy's sister?
Macy's older
Oh,
sister.
yeah, okay.
And then they got Maggie, who's the youngest.
Yeah,
and they're all three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Preston.
I love Preston.
Right, he's a dude, man.
He is. He loves hitting people.
Dude,
So,
he does.
He does. I love Preston.
Him and mine were linebackers together. Marcus is late, so
Yeah.
man, they used to see they would like slap each other on the helmet on kickoff and saying, "I'm going to knock the guy out first. No, I'm going to do it. No,
You gotta
I'm doing
love
it." So
that.
they're.
I told Matt that Marcus must be doing pretty good at linebacker, and he said, why
Yeah,
you say
this is a
that?
true
And
story.
I asked Preston, and Preston said he was. And if he wasn't, Preston
he would
said he
say.
sucked.
He's pretty blunt about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
No, and because him and Mark, we played baseball together for
Yeah.
years, and if he just wasn't doing good, he would say, "No, he sucks." But when Todd Askins said, "So how do you think he's doing?" I said, and Todd said, "Press said
And
he's
Matt
doing
was
good.
like, well,
Yeah.
he must be doing pretty
He must be okay then." I mean, I see him at practice, but I'm trying to coach him when he
That
gets
was
off the
best
field.
gauge we had.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can gauge it. If Brett said it's okay, because if he wouldn't,
He's blunt about it.
he'd say,
He'd
"No,
give you that.
he's garbage. He's
Yeah.
a candy A."
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah. So that's him and then Hunter Lewis. He's a good one. He's Maggie, the youngest one. She dates him. He's just a great guy. Played at Spring Garden, so he's a hard nosed guy too. So I like seeing them go at it.
Is their brother Noah? Is that their
No, they're related through marriage. Noah Reedy.
He played it. Piedmont.
He's at Piedmont. He's playing right now. He's a great athlete too, and
Right.
then he's related to Cade Bradley and Colin Bradley. who are also great athletes. So
Now Macy could shoot.
Yeah,
she
all
could.
those girls are good. Yeah, okay.
She can light it up.
I didn't
Yeah.
know how many of the girls are, but I know you're talking about your wife then. Your wife soon to be. Yep.
Soon to be,
Excuse
yeah.
me.
Tara always says she's a little bit blind and both eyes. So we're thankful for that.
Y'all
But yeah,
go on
she.
it.
No.
I think I've seen that on Facebook. Y'all
Yeah.
going on with each
Yeah.
other.
So
Well, yeah. But, it's the competitiveness in the family, man.
It
It's
is.
just, that's
All
what it
in
is.
fun.
all
You
in
love
fun.
it, right?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
it would be boring if you didn't. Wouldn't it? That wouldn't just be a terrible Christmas if there
I can't
wasn't.
remember what it was. I saw something one time, and I don't know why I saw it. It might have been something on Average Joe's post.
Yeah. Well, this is how competitive our family is at Christmas time. One time we had a push-up contest.
Mm-hmm.
So, just random stuff,
I think they said, who's the best athlete in your family or something.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Tara come
Yeah.
on there and said, well, my brother's not good at all.
Yeah. So her stupid little brother is what she
Yeah.
calls me. So yeah, it's all out of love. I
Yeah.
got
Oh,
two
yeah.
great sisters, and Tara and Meg. They're
Yeah.
awesome. And then they've got two great guys, Ben Spellman, who played at Cherokee County, and then Jake Blankenship. He's Ben's married to my oldest sister, and Jake's about to marry my youngest sister. And he played at Southside. You just couldn't ask for two better guys. So
Yeah.
like I said, it goes back to the playing sports thing. A lot of the stuff that they learned was through football and through sports, and it carried over. So
It does. It's really important. There's a lot of people how you hear about a lot of these. There's a lot of correctness in the world today.
Yeah.
And people being too polite or whatever. But lessons that are learned. Through sports, it is important, and academics are important. Yes, absolutely. But man, there's some things. I'm telling you, when you get hit in the gut, when a helmet gets put in your stomach, and you lay down on the ground, and it really hurts really bad. But
That's when you
that emotional that emotional thing that you have to go, bam, I got to get up right now. That carries over when you get married, and your son, like with Marcus, he had a problem with his iron in his blood when he was like 6 months old.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working, I have to leave work, and we got to go to Birmingham. You're talking about getting hit in the stomach with a helmet. So you got to prepare yourself for things that are going to happen.
Yeah.
And those moments in baseball or football or whatever it is, they prepare you.
Yeah, no doubt. And then doing the little things, just like in baseball, when Dad was coaching, and Coach Demmer still does it to this day. There's a sheet what what you do on the field. You rake second base, or you rake, and it's just little details like that they that they do.
Makes you part of the family.
Yeah, and you do your job. You you can't let. It's just little things like that, like raking second base.
Responsibility.
Yeah, that if you leave a divot in the ground and a ball hits right there and makes a bad hop, that's kind of on you.
It's on you. So, that's right.
Just little things like that people don't even think about. So,
yeah, I'm gonna share some, and you may want to know too, some local stuff.
Okay.
Let's see, Piedmont over Sylvania. You were at this game. Could you tell us a little bit about it? Or the scores were, I can't remember. I had it wrote down.
I'm looking at
10-0.
Y'all keep wondering why I
Yes.
look at the phone. I'm looking at scores. Actually.
And they'll play. I guess they'll play Thursday or so, probably next week. I assume.
Yeah, they play Childersburg at home. And they played really well. They got some good guys on the mound.
Oh man, yeah,
they hit the ball really well. And like I said, they just play. They just have fun.
So they'll be at Piedmont Thursday playing Childersburg if you're in the area or whatever.
Second round.
Yes.
Second round. I think it might be Friday.
Okay.
So
yeah, I think our Spring Garden is going to play Friday too. So that may everybody may be.
Friday.
So if y'all are in the area, hey, go up there and check out Piedmont Bulldogs baseball. They are really, really talented this year. Speaking of the Garden, their boys beat Falkville, and they'll play Marseille. They're going to move on and play them next in the round.
Thursday or Friday?
I think they're going to play Friday. I think they're trying to move because of rain. So
maybe.
I think they're trying to.
I guess you just got to stay posted
yes.
online. So.
Yeah, look on Facebook.
Let me look on the weather.
Yeah, I think Thursday, so they're going to try to move them all. Spring Garden girls this week, they will have Hopes Bluff and Raglan coming up. They did beat Gadsden City, Hopes Bluff Gunners when they tied Madison County. So they will be playing at Aberville Park play through the week. The Sandrock girls are still playing. Their area tournament stuff's fixing to kick off. They beat Cedar Bluff for the day 6-2. As I think the score was opposite the day that we went. It was 2-6.
Yeah.
So they kind of went back and forth on that. That was at a Sandmount tournament this weekend. That's when they beat them 7-6. Sandrock over Cedar Bluff. Center boys, guys, they run into Brooks. They're
Pretty good.
a very, very good team. They got a pitcher signed. He's going to Auburn. They're solid 1 through 5 or 6. All spank the ball off the fence.
Mm-hmm.
They did win one. You know, they did win one.
Oh, did they?
Yes, Walker Pruitt. Hats off to my little buddy. Gosh, I've been part of his life since he was little. It's going to be weird, man. I lose these kids and he's graduating. That's his last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his last game. And so it's kind of emotional when you go out there and see the kids. I had to, and I'll tell this quick, I had to leave the Cedar Bluff game kind of early. Jacob and Preston's last game, it's just too much, man. I can't do it. I'll be out there like a big mom. I'll be squalling because I love them, man. I spent so much time. I spent so much part of my life teaching them other things other than ball, but I hope they learn other things from me.
That bond.
Other than that, I was like, I don't want to take up mom's times with their kids or their last game. I'll see them sometime else, you know. And I've been in the dugout with them this year and cut up with them some, so those are memories for me. So Center boys lose they're out. Then the girls will play South Side.
How much longer's left? There can't be much longer left in softball.
Yeah, the Cedar Bluff girls beat Whitesburg Drexel 6-5. They will be at Piedmont Tuesday. There'll be softball action over there. Cedar Bluff will be at Sandrock Thursday, and then they'll go to Ohatchee Friday. And to answer your question, Dean, May, I think it's 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's your area tournament stuff. Will be kicking off for softball. So
I knew they went about a week or two.
Next week, the next those things will start carrying on and kind of wind it into tournament play. And I think Oxford's going to host a lot of that down there this year again.
Yeah. So it's just awesome to have all these teams from, the county that are so successful, Cherokee County, Calhoun County, all around here, it's just great, sports.
We got
You
good
get to go watch.
softball.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some good girls sports in general.
I enjoy it.
Baseball usually is. I mean, they have years where they're not as good. I mean, as a whole. But, that's going to happen.
That's pretty cool.
I got to go watch a lot of Spring Garden, basketball this year.
Boy, good, man. I covered a lot of them.
With the youngest sister playing, and man, that's
You're going to be in a region. Yes.
I like that.
Does that make it harder or easier?
No, well, it's if you finish, you don't have to just 1 and 2 don't have to go anymore.
It's 1 through 4, but
it'll be like football. Number 1 to play forward.
Like football, yeah. But
more kids will get an opportunity to play. I should say that.
Yeah, and then I think the hardest thing is just going to be the scheduling for coaches to do that. But
absolutely.
When they first came out with it, I was thinking that they were saying, we're going to do a region and it's going to be 4 teams and all 4 teams make the playoffs. Which might sound dumb to say, but what I was thinking. I was like, that's crazy because you don't just reward people for being in a region,
Yeah,
they said it is 8 teams and it's like football and the top 4 go. Okay, that makes that's good. I thought
the same thing.
I thought they were doing that.
I thought it was just going to be 4 teams in the region, and then
everybody. You take the whole region. Like that's not right.
And I was like, that is
participation trophy.
Yeah, participation trophies, which a lot of people.
We're not doing that. No, I actually give back a 2nd place trophy one time, and one of my coaches disagreed, and I was like, well, that's just what we're doing, man.
Yeah,
it just depends on how many's in. If there's 27 in it,
I don't care. No,
but if it's 3,
no, I ain't doing it. I mean, you just win or you lose, and that's okay. So there's just winners and losers in life. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Now, we come back the next year, and we didn't lose but like 1 game. We beat one of the undefeated teams when we beat Wheeler and them over there that year.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. Man, those kids will never forget that.
Yeah.
Those kind of moments. I don't like 2nd place
golf,
stuff.
Second's fine in golf. What, 1.5?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever complained about it.
Yeah.
I saw in the
They make a lot of money.
He made $1 million.
Money.
I'm good with that.
But I mean, we're talking about 8, 9, 10-year-old stuff.
No, you don't want to.
You got to teach them. Like they won't learn anything in life if you give them a participation trophy. They won't learn how to.
All right, y'all played this year. You finished dead last.
I found out something else. Coaching middle school ball, a regular season championship.
Oh no, it feels.
Hey, you won the regular season championship.
Hey, yeah, whatever.
We didn't get in the tournament, though.
Yeah.
So we don't care nothing about that. We wanted to win the whole thing.
Yeah, which I'm all for. Kids having fun, getting to play, but also they have to learn. They learn life lessons too, and it's not always going to be handed to you.
No, it's not always easy.
Yeah,
that's hard sometimes.
But see what they do in basketball. It don't matter if you win the regular season. You get the trophy
Exactly.
winning the tournament.
Like we talked about with Coach Tommy Lewis, man.
Yeah.
He's so many times that we went into the area tournament ranked as the 4 seed because that's the thing. We would go the football. We would play all the way to the state championship game.
Right.
Play in the state championship game. The next day, we're playing in a basketball game, or in basketball, we go all the way to the state championship game. The next day, we were playing in the Calhoun County tournament for baseball. So that's the thing. We would get into to basketball and our legs wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
We would go into the tournament as the 4 seed, and then we would start hitting our stride then, and then we would beat the 1 seed in the tournament. And then
How about that?
so Coach Tommy Lewis is he's a master at doing that too.
That's awesome.
And like I said,
this year.
he shared the athletes and he got it out of us. So
Well, he coached football too.
mhm.
I mean, at Spring Garden. I don't know if he did at Piedmont.
Yeah, he got to do a little bit of it. He did middle
He coached a
school
lot of
and
middle
high
school.
school, but it's just so cool because you would hit your stride around. We would always hit our stride around Christmas time in the tournament, and then we'd ride that momentum, and then we'd be the 4 seed going in, beating the 1 seed, and then we'd be area champions. And people were like, well, where'd that come from? And then we end up, so going on further. So it's really cool.
Exactly. Yeah, he is good at that. Like I said, he did it again this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Applecast people, we'll cut the podcast off. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. We'll catch y'all then. Okay, save that. Okay. All right, sir. We could, man. Look, this is what we do. I could sit up here and talk to him all night about
All
stuff
night.
because we both like a lot of, and we'll get into Bible study and
No doubt. I would love to do
Bo
that.
said he was going to come on. We was going to do it. Me and Bo was going to do a 24-hour podcast thing.
I told him I was
Oh,
there.
Bo
He can't do it. Me and Bo could do
Bo
it
could talk
because we could talk.
for days.
24-hour podcast.
Yeah.
Bo could probably do it.
Well, sure. We'll bring food in here and just. Yeah, I said you can crash on the couch and I'll bring me a blanket and I'll crash out here in Florida and we'll just keep the microphones going. Just be like kids, when you're laying there in your sleeping bags and hey, Bo, do you like the Star Wars? Which one's your favorite one? Do you like Chewbacca or which one?
He could do a week podcast. I promise you. I love it. Bo's a good dude.
I would do it if like somebody give us a month of free meals or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Steak bar, give us 2 steak dinners.
But here's a question before we get off here because this is kind of it's how we do it. It's a little personal show. We want to have fun. Listeners, watchers, favorite movie. Just drop us something out there. Something maybe not a sports movie.
That's a tough one. There's so many good ones. Me personally, a sports movie that I love is Glory Road. I don't know if y'all have ever Glory Road about the basketball team.
What about one that's not a sports movie?
Let's see.
Maybe you like mob movies, or are you a gangster movie guy? Or
I'm a huge Yellowstone TV show, and Peaky Blinders. Love that.
I've heard that's good. It comes on Netflix.
No, language isn't great. I will say that.
Yeah.
Which most shows aren't. But if you can get past that,
so we're big Soprano, Godfather, Blow, gangster, drug dealing, Goodfellas. That's the greatest movie ever. We like those movies.
I like those.
You like those old movies?
I do. Man, there's a bunch of good ones. Jerry Maguire's a good one.
Oh yeah,
I know it's a sports movie.
Yeah. I like that one too. I ain't seen that
Jerry
one in a long
Maguire.
time.
Top Gun.
Oh, sure, that's classic.
Top
Now
Gun.
I'm a Back to the Future guy. My wife hates it, but my son loves. I mean, that's one. That's my. But see, I was born then in that era. So now foods. When you go out to eat, you and the soon-to-be wife, where do y'all kind of hitting it at? Y'all shrimp taco people, decks and docks, or
I love.
are you going to slaw cornbread at top of the river? Or?
Overall favorite food ever. If it was the last meal that I had to eat on this earth, it would be Coupe de Ville medium wings. I know their prices have gotten jacked up in Jacksonville.
I need to call Marcus in here. He may shake your hand and want your autograph.
I've never ate there.
No, dude. If you're not a Jacksonville guy, which I went when I was down there, I went over there one time and got some of their wings.
Unreal.
I don't know what they do different.
Really? I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's on the right. When you go through the square, it's right down there on the right, man. Right across.
I know where it is.
Okay.
I've never heard anything about. I know exactly.
And they're not open all the time.
No,
it's kind of select.
With the price, the inflation that's going on, their prices have gotten jacked up a little bit. But I haven't got to go there as much. But like I said, if it was the last meal that I got to eat on this earth, I got Bill wings. Love it.
All right, here's the main important question now: Longhorn or Outback?
Can I throw it there? Yeah. That's
I believe it. People, it's starting to take over those two.
Yeah,
I do like Outback.
I like all three.
Why, it's not as high.
Yeah,
It's
Applebee's
good.
is good.
It's their prices on
great service too. So.
Okay, let's see here. Let me turn this around.
Road.
All right, Marcus, I have found your best friend and connection. I'm sending a video to him. He's over there. His last meal of his life would be from where?
Coupe de Ville, medium wings.
There you go, man. I send that to him. He says the same thing. We was talking about last meal. I don't know. Come on, some video. We were watching we'll watch Good Mythical Morning together. You ever watch that?
I haven't watched that.
Rhett and Link,
I need
they're
to
two
do that.
guys. They review foods. Now, me and him's been watching together for a long time.
Mm.
And we got into that, and he's like, last meal, I swear he was like, Coupe de Ville, I'm getting wings. That's his last meal.
Just getting the taste
Taste
test food would be a dream job, I think, for all of us.
Are you a scary movie guy?
No,
I don't like
no.
it.
So they make fun of me.
That's okay.
My
Don't worry
fiance
about
and
it.
my older sister make fun of me because I don't like scary movies.
That's okay. Don't worry about it, man. I don't either.
I'd rather laugh.
Me too.
I like scary movies.
Yeah.
No, I'm like I want to watch Kevin Hart do something dumb or Will Ferrell.
I don't like
Yeah.
the slasher
You know.
movies, but I like the psychological.
No, yeah, no, he's like what's the one with the guy on the Silence of the Lambs or
Hannibal Lecter.
the long drawn out thinking guys that are like
Yeah.
plotted in there.
I watched a good one the other night. This guy took a bunch of his friends to Sweden, to his commune, and he brought them there to have them sacrificed. So they sacrificed all of them.
See,
It
I can't do those kind of.
And they burned one of them up in a bear suit. They gutted a bear and put him inside the bear and put him in a teepee.
I think I've read about that.
Called Midsummer, if y'all are interested. Anybody.
What about Ozark?
I watched
Pretty good.
Ozark. I like Ozark.
Pretty good, and I dig it.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good TV shows and stuff. Like I said, Yellowstone is my
Oh, yeah, me
number
and
one
wife,
right
we-
now.
It's got to be. I have
On
to
Sunday
try.
nights when we would be getting done, you remember what she'd say? She's like, all right, and she'd be texting me, wrap it
Oh,
up.
yeah. It's on.
5 minutes, it's
Yeah.
on. Wrap it up. I'm fixing to turn. And the internet may slow down a little when they cut the internet on, so I try to keep everything off. Except that's why I have, dude, it's not even, anyway. So I have a hard line here.
Yeah.
I have a hard line to come right in here, so I'm getting, great speeds.
Well,
And she's like, when I turn the TV on, it's going to mess you up. It's going to mess up, So, yeah, we're big time Yellowstone.
Yellowstone makes me want to be a cowboy so
Yeah.
bad. Well, and my buddy Hunter Veal, he's a long snapper at West Alabama. He is a cowboy, so he always makes fun of me for thinking that I can do that. So it like I said, another good buddy I got to meet. Yeah, it is.
It is.
It
Yeah.
is.
You'd like it.
I've got it taped, but I just have.
Great storyline.
Yeah, Beth, she's a start raving lunatic, man. Her and Rip, man.
He's even turned on her, hasn't he?
Rip, man, that's
I
that's
thought
her
the daddy
husband.
had turned on.
Well, kind of, sort of. He does.
No, the husband
Well,
hadn't turned on.
No, she just takes things into her own hands.
See, we need to do a movie review.
Yeah, come back
We
and
did
we'll do.
that before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did some for mom movies.
Yeah,
Yeah, come back.
Show.
Yeah,
or
we need,
TV shows and stuff.
yeah, we need to get him to come back on and do
Yeah.
some of that with us. We'll do food. Heck, we'll bring you on here.
Restaurant.
Yeah, we'll bring you on to
Places
do
to eat under $25.
the ice cream. The ice cream test. Have you seen the new ones? The oatmeal pie, the honey bun, the nutty bar. I tried all those. They're not really good.
I'm a boring ice cream eater.
Yeah,
I'm just like a vanilla, then
just-
sprinkle some Reese's on it, and I'm good.
I just take just like chocolate or the Bluebell. What is it? Cookies and cream.
Yeah.
Something simple. I'm good with it. Guys, we can do it all night again. So thank Bayley for coming on, and mom and dad, shout out to you guys for raising a great whole group of kids. All in general, know them very well for a long time. And good luck, man, and what you got going on. And keep sharing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put it out there everywhere I can put it out. Our Instagram, guys, you go find us on Instagram. Same thing, Matt Todd Show. Twitter, @BigMatt1977. I'm always putting up stuff for the schools and that type of stuff. So anything we can do, a Warrior Gym, you're welcome to.
Thanks.
You got message if you're close here, like you don't want to go whatever, or if Coach Kelly, you can't get in over there or something happens, dude, just message me and I'll be there. I mean, I'm usually there early, like 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
I'm there kind of early. Yeah, man, just hit me up, or if you're just in town, say, man, I need to work out an hour. Need to do some back and buys or something. Come by,
Yeah.
hit me
I
up,
will.
and we'll definitely put you in over there.
I appreciate y'all, having me on, and just appreciate what y'all do for this county for
Yeah.
sports. I think people,
We enjoy doing it.
They appreciate it, and they need to appreciate that. Having people that will promote their kids and do that. That's huge.
Yeah, it's fun.
Just appreciate y'all, and then I don't know if y'all noticed my hat. I wore it
I know.
tonight.
Yeah, I kept looking.
So it's my buddy Austin Bishop.
Okay, shout out Austin
Shout
Bishop.
out to Austin Bishop.
Did he play at Piedmont?
He did, and then he played at West Alabama, and he's a country music artist now. So if you get a chance, go check him out on iTunes, Spotify, all the streaming
There
services.
you go, podcast.
I try
man.
to. That's my guy. So
That's
yeah. So I love promoting that.
I was talking to
Yeah.
Spring Gardens principal's going to text me when they play. I was trying to find out.
Yes, sir.
I think Friday, but yeah, Austin Bishop. Find him on Twitter or Instagram. He's probably got all
A
that
Bishop.
stuff.
I think it's A Music, A Bishop Music. But I always try to support my guy because he supports me all the time. So
There you go.
Good deal.
And then, like I said, I appreciate y'all having me on, and
Yeah, man.
appreciate what y'all do for sports in the county, and just being great role models.
Well,
for
when
people.
you get on a pro team, we can come back. You can be our
Yes.
first pro guest.
That would be
Absolutely,
awesome.
man.
I
Yeah,
hope so.
yeah, absolutely. We'll come to you and set up
Yeah.
a little webcam and a lights, and we'll do the whole thing. And it's just kind of surprising. There's not more people that do kind of what we do, and I really didn't know. And I'll shout out to Bo on this. He was covering state games, and he said, "We go in that media room," and I was at Jacksonville, and there's like. And then he go to state games, like all these schools down there. There's nobody in the media room. He would be sometimes the only person asking questions. Some school from wherever.
Yeah.
Bayley, go on and sign this paper.
Nobody. Oh yeah.
And take that with you and get Steve Smith to sign it.
Hall of Famers, baby.
Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know.
I'm telling you, man.
I
You
talk
never
about
know.
Cooper Cup all the time.
Love
Nice guy,
And,
man.
I mean,
I like
can
him.
anybody even? I can't even nobody play with him.
No, he's unguardable. So
I mean,
he catches the ball. That's the
Eastern
biggest
Washington.
thing, man.
Yeah, and that's you. You're a catcher.
Catch
First,
it. You
catch
got to
the
catch.
ball.
I mean, that's what your
well,
job
he's gotten
is.
to where he's become where he just blows everybody's doors and everything.
You just need a chance.
He's
You
got so
just
much
need a
confidence.
chance.
Just get me on the field, and it's not about who's fastest and all that. A receiver, your job is to catch the ball, get first downs, and score touchdowns. And I think I do a pretty good job at that. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I know my strengths, and it's not going to be run a 4.4, but I'm going to catch the ball, and I'm going to maneuver my body to catch the ball. So
That's right.
that's my last pitch, I guess.
Yeah, man. You got to believe in yourself. We believe in you, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we'll get out of here, guys, and we will be back next Sunday. Dean, you got anything else?
No, sir. That's it.
That's a wrap,
I
guys.
think I mentioned everything.
Yeah, we went through it all.
Did I mention the local golfers?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
told the little young golfer. Like
Yeah.
I would.
yeah.
And
Jesse and all their adventures, and
Jason Scott.
guys, we'll be around the field through the week. Towards the end of the week, some baseball in the area. Remember, Piedmont's at home Friday, and I think Spring Garden will be at home. So right within, just kind of down the road from each other, both teams, they'll be playing. Spring Garden will be playing Mars Hill.
4:30 and 7.
Okay, that'll be Friday, and then Piedmont probably same 4:30 and 7 play
4:30,
Childersburg.
Against Childersburg at home. So
That's great, man. All right. As always, the last words of the day is keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God. And we love you, Big Matt, Diamond Dean, and Bayley over here.
Maybe we'll have big news Thursday.